done in the grand final. Must be very sad for the girls. But what a great season it has been for Forest Hill. Good to see your football side of things going so well, and the netball.
Yeah, no, it's all good. Mustn't forget our under-12s, they won the flag.
Oh, congratulations to them.
So they've brought home the first cup for the year. Went through undefeated, so didn't lose a game all year, so that was fantastic for the little taggers. Our girls made the preliminary final, first year in the under-14s, and our 3 netball sides all played off in finals, so it's been a pretty good year. The 2s are in the granny, so yeah, it's been pretty positive.
Have you got a preference who you want to play in the big one if you get there? Or when you get there, you're already there, of course?
If we get there, like next week, it doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter who we play next week.
You just let both these sides bash each other up.
Well, that's what you hope for, isn't it? You know, and Donvale's probably hoping that who plays next week's bash beat the daylights out of each other next week as well, you know.
Well, Wayne, thanks for joining us here, mate. Best of luck next week, and as you go incognito in the Forest Hill gear, wishing your boys all the best next week, Wayne.
Thanks, Gus.
There you go, Wayne Coleman, president of the Forest Hill Football Club and very proud father of our very own Alana Coleman. Alana, the ground is looking in pristine nick. We've had buckets of rain followed by glorious amounts of sunshine. I'm looking forward to hearing BWS's pitch report as he heads out to the middle. Might even get the car keys out.
I was going to say the keys will be out.
The keys will be out. He'll have the weatherometer or whatever it's called out there. But really looking forward to today's game. But Alana, you said that Coldstream have a lot of match winners in their side. Is there anyone that comes to your mind when you think of these match winners from Coldstream?
Oh, yeah, look, it's very hard to go past Lee Odermatt. I watched him firsthand win a flag for South Belgravian time on a few years back here at Walker Reserve, or was it Walker Park? Walker Reserve, keep getting confused.
Well, we're going to say Walker and Mitchell, because if it was one or the other, we'd be in Wantirna South.
That's why
I keep saying Walker Park and Mitcham, so everyone gets it right.
So Lee Odermatt, obviously, he can win a game off his own boot. Daniel Price across the half back line is very, very influential for them. And when we did the radio game last time, Coldstream Forest Hill at Coldstream, I believe he was probably one of the best players on the field and was a huge contributor to the result. Even Darcy Carrigan, really good player. Andy Coltrera, there's quite a few of them and again, you can't go past Michael Cardamone. Again, I've watched him kick 8 goals in a prelim final and get the Forest Hill Football Club into a grand final quite a few years back as well. The 2013 grand final to
of course, one of my favourite players, Joel Madjock. He'll probably play all over the ground. He's a Sudanese boy with very athletic ability. He's got agility, pace, the silky skills. He's a very handy player. Also played a little bit of VFL football as well, I believe, Brett. So a lot of match winners in this Coldstream side. But you've tipped the Whitehorse Pioneers, Brett. I want to hear your reasoning why.
I just like them, as I say. I just think they've got a really good back line. They're solid down back. I love the form of Thorne. Charles Thorne, he's a terrific player, and I love the run-off they have off half-back. Noah Khan, I think he's been named at full-back today, but he's been playing across the half-back line, so he probably will. The Travascus boys, and Mav Glede is terrific through the middle as well. So I think, and the Batako boys, so I just think Whitehorse, I don't know, they've been up there all season. They've had a little bit of a flat couple of weeks, but I think they'll bounce back today against Coldstream.
Raymond, what about you? Whitehorse Pioneers have been the form side earlier on in the season, and Coldstream, when they play their good footy, they're hard to beat, but today's going to be a tough one to tip.
Yeah, look, I like the way that Whitehorse play their football. There's no doubt about that, and as you all know, I've been all over them early in the year, but to me, their form has dropped off over the last month or so, and I look at the I look at the Coldstream lineup, and you got guys like Cardamone, their captain coach, Odermatt, Darcy Carrigan. All these guys have played Division 4 finals football before, and not only that, but Cardamone in particular. He's played in a side from 4th Division that have played extra time in a grand final. Okay, they didn't win it, so he knows what it's all about to win finals football here at Walker Park. And I'm going for Coldstream. I think the Coldstream, as I said, they're experienced in a grand final. Okay, they didn't win it, so he knows he's been running in the form of late kicking goals football here at Walker Park. And I'm going for Coldstream, Andy Coltrera, another proven performer in finals here for the Basin. I just think the Coldstream will be far too good, guys. Finals football here at Walker Park. and I'm going for Coldstream, North Division, that have played extra time in a grand final. Okay, they didn't win it, so he knows what it's all about to win finals football here at Walker Park. And I'm going for Coldstream, North Division, that have played extra time in a grand final. Okay, they didn't win it, so he knows what it's all about to win finals football here at Walker Park. And I'm going for Coldstream, North Division, that have played extra time in a grand final. Okay, they didn't win it, so he knows what it's all about to win finals football here at Walker Park. And
Gus, I know you were at Coldstream last week for the junior final, and I know you were there for the under-17 game, and I was. And this young girl out here who's got an umpiring gig to win finals football here, did a fantastic job, I thought, umpiring that under-17 game last week.
Division that have played extra time in a grand final. Okay, they didn't win it, so he knows what it's all about to win finals football here at Walker Park. And I'm going for Coldstream, North Division, that have played extra time in a grand final. Okay, they didn't win it, so he knows what it's all about to win finals football here at Walker Park. And I'm going for Coldstream, North Division, that have played extra time in a grand final. Okay, they didn't win it, so he knows what it's all about to win finals football here at Walker Park. And I'm going for Coldstream, North Division, that have played extra time in a grand final. Okay, they didn't win it, so he knows what it's all about to win finals football here at Walker Park. And I'm going for Coldstream, North Division, that have played extra time in a grand final. Okay, they didn't win it, so he knows what it's all about to win finals football here at Walker Park. And I'm going for Coldstream, North Division,
I don't think so,
that have played extra time in a grand
the three
final.
guys
Okay,
who pushed the age group up for Coldstream are no doubt
Cardamone, Odomet and Colchera. At Walker Park. And I'm going for Coldstream, North Division,
but these are four proven Division 4 guys who have played finals on this venue many
to win
times.
finals football here at Walker Park. And I'm going for Coldstream, North Division, that have played extra time in a grand final. Okay, they didn't win it, so he knows what it's all about to win finals football here at Walker Park. And I'm
the rain
going for
stops, so that's a
Coldstream,
plus.
North Division, that have played extra time in a grand final. Okay, they didn't win it, so he knows what it's all about to win finals football here at Walker Park. And
just a
I'm
couple
going
of
for
kicks, I don't think
Coldstream,
much,
North
and it may be 8,
Division,
10 points.
that have played extra time in a grand final. Okay, they didn't win it, so he knows what it's all about to win finals football here at Walker Park. I'm going for
You tell like a couple of Siamese twins.
that have played extra time in a grand final. Okay, they didn't win it, so he knows what it's all about to win finals football here at Walker Park. And I'm going for Coldstream, North Division, that have played extra time in a grand final. Okay, they didn't win it, so he knows what it's all about to win finals football here at Walker Park. And I'm going for Coldstream, North Division, that have played extra time in a grand final. Okay, they didn't win it, so he knows what it's all about to win finals football here at Walker Park. And I'm going for Coldstream, North Division, that have played extra time in a grand final. Okay, they didn't win it, so he knows what it's all about to win finals football here at Walker Park. And I'm going for Coldstream, North Division, that have played extra time in a grand final. Okay, they didn't win it, so he knows what it's all about to win finals football here at Walker Park. And I'm going for Coldstream, North Division, that have played extra time in a grand final. Okay, they didn't win it, so he knows what it's all about to win finals football here at Walker Park. And I'm going for Coldstream, North Division, that have played extra time in a grand final. Okay, they didn't
So we're in the
win it,
middle,
so he
looking
knows
forward to
what
this one. It's going to be an absolute cracker as the
it's all
ball goes
about
up,
to win
knocked down for
finals
the
football
first hit
here
out of the game. It's
at
bouncing
Walker
around
Park. And
into the
I'm going
contest
for
over
Coldstream,
there. And
North
it's in the hands
Division,
at the moment of
that have played
Springs
extra
not working.
time
What
in
is
a
going
grand final. Okay, they didn't win it, so he knows what it's all about to win finals football here at Walker Park. And I'm going for Coldstream, North Division, that have played extra time in a grand final. Okay, they didn't win it, so he knows what it's all about to win finals football here at Walker Park. And I'm going for Coldstream, North Division, that have played extra time in a grand final. Okay, they didn't win it, so he
He knows what it's all about to win finals football here at Walker Park. And I'm going for Coldstream, 4th division, that have played extra time in a grand final. Okay, they didn't win it, so he knows what it's all about to win finals football here at Walker Park. And I'm going for Coldstream, 4th division.
All right, we're back in business as the ball is thrown in and it's out of bounds on the far side of the field. Just a couple of minutes gone, no score in this match. Coldstream against the Whitehorse Pioneers. The sun is out for the moment, but hopefully that stays that way for a little while. We've had a little bit of rain this morning, but the ground looks okay as the ball comes in. The ruckman come together, falls for Choi. Choi goes in there looking for it, but it's fallen for the Whitehorse Pioneers. They go down the line, but that's an errant kick and it's going to go out of bounds over on the far side of the field. So, good crowd starting to build. The rain hasn't kept people away, which is fantastic stuff. And in fact, it's out on the full, so we'll have a free kick to be taken by Price, Daniel Price, over there on the far side, looking around for options, calling for someone to go to him. He says, come to me. Now he kicks down the line. Long kick forward, going up there and almost taking the mark, but it's gone to ground, nicely picked up there by Ciceri. Wheels around, kicks into the centre of the ground, taken there by Verstegen. Oh, a good tackle coming in there by Travaskis. That was Jordan Travaskis. Now it's there for Fritz. Fritz goes for a run, puts a little kick inside, and it's going inside 50. Can they get on the end of it? Yes, they can. Hooked forward there by Odermatt. His first touch of the game, and he's off target. In fact, it's been marked on the line by Tommy Connell going back there. Good work from him.
And a good intercept mark has been taken here by Joel Magic. He's marked on the paint, right on the boundary line, 45 metres out here at Mitcham. This one had test him, Alana.
Yeah, I reckon so, but what a great intercept mark. And he just used his speed and athleticism to get there and chop that one off because the Whitehorse bloke, he was just standing still.
That he certainly did, Alana. So Joel Magic, this will test him for distance.
I'm going to back him in.
You're going to back him in from the boundary line, 45 metres out for the first score on the board. He pops it to the top of the goal square. Where's Odermatt? But a good, strong contested mark has been taken there by Jesse Hockey, I think it is.
Not backing him in anymore.
So Hockey goes short, finds his intended teammate. They're going to use the wing here, the Pioneers. Ball's in the hands of Matty Picardo. He plays on, wants to use his numbers and speed. Goes long down the boundary line. He hugs the boundary line, in fact. Pack forms and a good spoil over the boundary line from Hugan. Let's cross boundary side to Ben Warren-Smith.
Just the starting benches, guys, for the Whitehorse Pioneers. Mitch Ward's on the bench along with Jacob Daly, Marcus Tippett, and also Damien Batako, who you've got listed as number 32. He's wearing number 39 today.
Thanks, BWS. Doing a great job on the boundary line there as Brown gets tackled. Trying to gain some yardage here is the Coldstream Football Club. Putting his head over the footy there was Picardo. Big, strong tackle applied there on Mav Gleed, the Whitehorse Pioneers captain. And we'll go down to Ben Warren-Smith once again for the Coldstream bench.
Yeah, just the Coldstream bench there, Gus. LaRusso's on the bench along with McCarthy, McInerney and Kerr as well, starting off on the Pine.
Great work, BWS. Ruckman do battle, true centre wing position. Ball in the hands now of Tommy Thorne. Thorne couldn't quite get it forward. Too close. Plenty of numbers here for Coldstream. Ditching and diving is McCormick. McCormick on the left boot tries to gain some yardage there. Kick couldn't quite hit Joel Dalglish with a boundary throw in 15 metres out from the Pioneers goal, Raymond.
Yeah, look, it's a typical final start. Look, both sides are very nervous. You can see that. More so, I think, the Pioneers are nervous than what Coldstream are. But look, it'll settle down in a few minutes and one side will get a break.
So we're going to re-ball that boundary throw in, Brett.
So ball to come in. And just a reminder that Damien Batako in jersey 39, listed at 32, but he's wearing 39 as we just wait for the umpire to throw it in. Here it comes. Ruckman come together. Good little tussle there. Going in was Dalglish. Falls for the Pioneers in the hands of Farley. But it's out of bounds, is it, over there on the far side. And so look for big James Duclos to be prominent in the ruck. He had a very good game last week. Ruck contest always pivotal in these matches. Everyone just wandering around, getting their various positions as the ball finally does come in. Getting the front spot there was the Whitehorse, the Coldstream player, knocked it down. And a good strong tackle put in there. Calls of holding the ball, Travaskis. It was Jordan Travaskis who made the tackle, but it was no prior. And the umpire says we'll throw it up just on the edge of the 50. No score in this one yet. Here it goes. Getting over the top, I think it was Duclos that time. The ball knocked down. It's in the hands of Coldstream, though, as they try to come away, but nicely intercepted. And ball over the top, just out of the hands of Batako, I think it was, going back. And that was a close thing. If he could have taken a mark there, it would have been a big chance for Whitehorse, but just going out of bounds once again. And we'll have another throw as we go boundary side with Ben Warren-Smith.
Yeah, just a little bit of a mix-up here down on the bench here. There's too many Batakos, of course. So Damien Batako, he's actually wearing the number 32 as is, but Matty Batako, listed as number 8, he's wearing the number 39.
Great work, BWS.
Thank goodness we got that sorted out.
So now McCormick snaps around, smothered. Plenty of Whitehorse Pioneers trying to jump on the footy and get a ball up 15 metres out from the Pioneers' goal. Very scrappy start, Alana.
Yeah, and this wouldn't suit either of these sides. Contested footy probably isn't their main go.
So tap was one down there by Dalgleish. Mab Glee to bottom of the pack, trying to do something special there. Pinballing around at the bottom of the pack now, diving on the footy was nice there from Aaron Brown. We played 6 minutes, no scores yet here at Walker Reserve in Mitcham. Ball's in the Pioneers forward 50. Tap one down by Ducato. Now the ball's in the hands of Thorne, trickling towards the boundary line and being slid over the line there was Ryan Kerr.
Hopefully we can see them break the game open a little bit, Ray, and use their run and carry that both teams probably excel at.
Oh, it'll open up in very shortly, Ilana, no doubt about that.
So Mitch Ward, straight impact into the game. Handball's out to Thorne. Now Pioneers are in trouble as Coldstream counter-attack. Good strong mark taken there. And I think it's in the hands of Josh Bevis. He goes wide, finds a teammate there in Hockey. Hockey's in a bit of trouble. Bit of a handball traffic here. The ball's in the hands of Daly. Daly goes long to the true centre-half forward position. A good intercept mark taken there by Ryan Kerr. He switches the play. Craig now to come back down the boundary line. Contest forms. Good strong mark taken from Coldstream. So the ball's in the hands now of Craig. He goes short. Mark's been awarded there to McInerney. True centre wing position, comes inbound, hits his teammate there in Cecilia. Cecilia's in trouble now, wheels and goes, handball to LaRusso. LaRusso goes to centre half forward. Where's Odermatt? Cardamone's there for Coldstream, so is Majak. Pinballing around now, plenty of numbers here. One of them's Carrigan. And I think the umpire's going to ball this one up, and that they will. Holding the ball, he's actually paid there, Brett.
Against Cardamone.
Against Cardamone, yeah, looked at perhaps a little bit harsh, but it was paid, so fair enough. So free kick to Whitehorse. They'll be able to relieve the pressure. Beavis with the ball. Now they switch the play, goes right across to Noah Khan. Noah Khan across at halfback. He's got Choi in front of him, but he decides to kick forward. That's a nice mark taken there. And now they can get something going. The Whitehorse Pioneers, little period on defence as they go inside 50. Knocked over the top, and a good spoil. Terrific spoil coming in there because that was dangerous. There was a couple of Whitehorse Pioneers players running through.
Very well done by Wagner.
Yeah, he was out of position and everything, but he still got the fist of the ball away from the opposition.
Needed to because Padbury was lurking over the top, waiting for the opportunity, but it was a good bit of work. So we'll have a throw in. Left pocket. Still no score in this one. Here's Marcus Tippett just waiting there for his opportunity as the ball goes in. And we've got a whistle. What does the umpire say here?
He's going to re-throw it in because again he can't put those boundary throw in properly. So this happened a lot yesterday as well. And you think in finals these guys should be able to throw the ball in where it needs to go.
Well, they've got to come in a metre or two from the line as well.
That's what they're getting paid to do.
Might be a bit of a wind issue here as well. So we have a boundary throwing deep in the Pioneers' pocket. Tap was one down there by Clayton. Ward trickling across the line for a behind there. So the Pioneers draw first blood here. One behind on the board. The Bendigo Bank scoreboard. Whitehorse Pioneers 0-1. 9 minutes played as the kicking will be taken by Daniel Price.
Coldstream would be happy with this because Whitehorse are kicking with the wind.
So Price goes long to true centre wing position. Plenty of numbers there and a push in the back's been paid. I think it's going to go the way of Lachlan Craig. So Craig has the footy, true half back. And a lot of numbers presenting. He goes short, finds a teammate there. Good mark taken by Coltrera.
Nice lead.
He goes long, finds a teammate there. Good strong mark taken by Lee Odermatt. He's in the game. Cardamone's down the line, using his body there. Might have been holding. Nonetheless, plenty of Coldstream numbers, and so are the Pioneers. Joel Dalgleish was there, and Cardamone wrapped up. A good strong tackle there from Caleb Webb, the emergency in this side. BWS, you can find out who has come out of the Pioneers side to allow for Caleb Webb, the emergency, to come in. That'd be great. As we get a boundary throw in now. Good strong tackle applied there from Chris Ryan, the big ruckman. And we'll have a ball up right on the paint.
It looks like Hockey's got the job on Odermatt at the moment. Ray, and boy, is he going to have his running shoes on today.
Well, he certainly is, because Odermatt covers a lot of territory.
So OG Clay got the tap, it's gone down, but it's been dived on there, and it'll be wrapped up, and we'll have a ball up probably at about a metre away from the last one.
What the Pioneers have to be careful here, they've had the basis of the play for 10 minutes now, and they haven't scored a goal. Where it's gone up to the forward 50 of Coldstream. If the Coldstream can get a goal, well, it's all been for nothing.
Good work there by Batako. That's Damien Batako. He gets it out. It was a good contest on the ground as the ball goes out towards the wing, and it can't be kept on over there, and it's out of bounds. So just a one scoring shot so far as we go boundary side with Ben Warren-Smith.
Great work there, BWS, as we're going to have a free kick for out of bounds on the full here. It's going to go the way of Coldstream.
I feel like today, Ray, whoever can hit the most targets is going to win this game.
Oh, no doubt about that. I don't think it's going to be a day where we're going to see pretty football, but, you know, score on the board, that's what it's all about.
That it certainly is. So as we get the footy back to Adam Dale, I think it's gone out onto the car park. And we're getting the ball back now. So play will resume. Ball's in the hands of Adam Dale. Half-back flank for Coldstream. Not a lot of numbers presenting. So we go short inbound. Interesting kick. Good sport coming over the back there from Dalglish. Now the Pioneers can launch. Comes inbound. Padbury with the long sleeve. It's a one-on-one. Good hip and shoulder there was applied from Odomat. Padbury to put the first goal on the board, and it's gone across the left-hand side. So Whitehorse Pioneers 0-2-2. Coldstream yet to score. 12 minutes played here at Walker Reserve.
That's the way Whitehorse are going to win this game. They've got to cause a turnover and then run, because their leg speed, I think, is going to be far too quick for Coldstream.
So it was good play by Padbury there, forcing the mistake. Renly got on the end of one. Daniel Price to bring it back in for Coldstream. Plays it to himself. Runs out here towards the broadcast side and decides to thump it down the wing. Can he find someone? There's only a Whitehorse player there. And it was Thorne. And I think someone's been taken out. Let's wait for the umpire.
Yeah, Joel Molly
himself runs out here towards the broadcast side and decides to Duclos gives away the free kick as we just watch the replay. And it's a free kick, so taken down the line.
Good kick.
Mark. Nice mark taken there, so a chance is Odomat. Turns around, gets a left foot kick. He may have overcooked this one, and there's only Whitehorse players back there, and they will clean it up. As we go boundary side again with Ben Warren-Smith.
Yeah, just reiterating what I said before, guys. There was a little bit of silent night down here. So Ricky Bevan, he's been replaced today by Caleb Webb for the Whitehorse Pioneers. And just to reiterate what Ray was saying before, Whitehorse do have the breeze in this term, but it's not really favourable as well because it is pushing across the ground.
So a great work by Hockey coming across to take the mark on half-back. He sends it down the line. Can he find a target? There's a big man down there, and that is, I think it's McCormick. McCormick goes to ground, and the umpire says it's a free kick. So free kick to the Whitehorse Pioneers.
It's the emergency in Webb, and a 25-metre penalty, Brett.
It is indeed, yes. Bit of back chat there.
No, he hung onto the ball too long. Daniel Price, a very experienced footballer in the Eastern Football League. He should know better than to do that. You must get the ball back to the opposition.
Penalty coming straight to the bench.
Picardo, I think, of the Matthew variety, to put the first on the board. Kicks a mongrel off the boot, but the goal umpire has to work, but it goes through the big sticks, and the Whitehorse Pioneers kick the first goal on the board. The Whitehorse Pioneers, 1 goal, 2-2. Coldstream yet to score. 14 minutes played at Walker Park in Mitcham.
Who was that goal, Gus?
That was gone to Pizarro, number 8.
Number 39, okay. All right, sorry, just trying to get my head around that one. So,
Kicks in the Whitehorse Pioneers.
Some good play, some disciplined play by Whitehorse. A little bit undisciplined by Price, who is an experienced campaigner, as you said there, Ray, which would be disappointing, and he's found his way on the bench. He's probably getting a bit of a talking to.
So back in the middle, a little bit of relief for Whitehorse. They've had much the better of the play, and they finally get a goal as a tackle is made. Taking the ground, he was Michael McDougall, just about where the throw it was, and the ball up at least, and the umpire says we'll do it all again. Up it goes. He's Big Duclos getting over the top, knocks it down. Good work in there on the ground by one of the Whitehorse players. Looks like it is Daly.
I wouldn't mind if Duclos just gave that ball a really big fist forward and got the players to run onto that a little bit, instead of going from pack to pack that's happening at the moment.
Fair comment. We'll see if he takes your advice, Alana, as the ball comes out. Bobbling around on the ground there. It's picked up by Hughlin. Bursting through the pack. It's pretty tight in there. It's a typical finals match, this one. Nothing given. And we'll have another ball up. And a bit of feeling there as Mav Gleed gives his opponent a bit of a shove. Up it goes. Spectacular tap over the top there. Diving on it there is Travaskis. And for about the third time in about 30 seconds, we'll have another ball up.
I meant to fist the ball forward, not himself.
Yeah,
we get what you meant.
Tap one down by Clayton. Now Coldstream had the run and carry. Goes towards Odermatt. Bit of a turn. Cardamone. He can run into the open goal. He picks up cleanly, but a great tackle over the back there. Super play coming from, I think it was Connell in the end, with a great tackle. Saved a certain goal. And now the Pioneers can launch and carry here. The ball's in the hands of Batako. Goes short. Where's Padbury? Running back with the fly. Good spoil was applied there from Hughlin. Plenty of numbers here for the Pioneers. Batako. BWS will have to cross down to you because there is a number 8 on the ground for the Pioneers. I'll try and find out who that is with Matty Batako wearing 39. So someone else has number 8 on their back. We'll have to find out who that one actually is. So boundary throw in now. Doing battle in the ruck there was Duclos. A few Pioneers starting to build here. Duclos doing his own ruck work and crumbing. And a free kick going the way of the big fella, I think. So it's going back now.
I think there's a little bit off the play that he's pulled that free kick for.
And anyway, short kick. Finds his target there. Good strong mark taken there by Damien Picardo.
That is bad manning up there. You know, he was by himself for a minute or so before anyone spotted that Whitehorse player.
Just a little sloppy in this back line at the moment, Coldstream, aren't they, in the past 5 minutes?
Yeah, look, at the moment, Whitehorse have got the better of them, I think.
So Damien Picardo, 45 metres out, 45-degree angle. Kick looks all right off the boot, but it goes to the near right-hand side. And on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, it's the Whitehorse Pioneers. 1 goal, 3-9. Coldstream yet to score. 17 minutes played here at Walker Park in Mitcham.
So sorry, Alana.
No, you go ahead. You
I was going to say, it's a good start by Damien Batako. He's having a good game as we get set to get the ball back in the field of play. Price has it. And the long kick forward as Coldstream bring it forward. That's a bit of a wasted kick. And
should be a 30-metre penalty too.
No, mark is taken. I thought it was going out of bounds, but nice grab over there by Dickinson. Dickinson wheels around onto the left foot, kicks down the line. Can he find a target? He certainly can, but it's been dropped over there. Should have been taken. Well, Russo, the player that put it down, but they've still got a chance. Coldstream snapped up, shoveled forward inside 50 as the ball goes to ground. Diving on it there was Connell. Good work from him as he tries to spoil it. Going in there too was Glebe. And it looks like the Whitehorse side have managed to repel the... good. Here we go on the outside. Good one by Batako. That's Matthew. Now that's the number 8 that we're not sure who it is.
The mystery player.
The mystery man. As we go down to Ben Warren Smith.
Mark Newton is wearing number 8. Smokes and mirrors by Whitehorse this afternoon.
Talk about throwing your keys in a bowl. They threw their jumpers in a bowl before the game and just put on anyone they could find.
Maybe a bit of foxing to try and avoid some tags maybe in the midfield from the Pioneers. So tap goes down. Magic was in the ruck there. Pinballing around the bottom of the pack here for the Pioneers. Duclos sat on Newton's face there, and I don't think he enjoyed that one all too much as a big tackle is applied on Picardo. And with the ball up right on the paint of 45 here at Walker Park, Mitcham. Whitehorse by 9 points. 18 minutes played. Clearance now for the Cougars. Trying to find a teammate down the line. Was Fritsch, and he couldn't quite retain the footy. So boundary throw in, true centre wing position.
I've really liked Whitehorse's setup across the half-back line. They're just playing a little bit off, and they're allowing themselves to run at the footy. So they're seeing what Coldstream are kicking the ball down long, and Whitehorse are just reading that play, and quite a few times with those intercept marks, and then using that lightning-quick pace that we now know is Newton to bring that ball forward.
So from the ball, and it was Magic that went into the ruck that time. He won the ball, but not cleanly, and it's back over the boundary on the far side of the ground. In the hands of McDougall, it's a free kick in fact, and it's going to be Michael McDougall to send it inside 50 again as he drives it long. Can we get on the end of someone? You know, it's a nicely one at the front there. Good work by Hughlin. And goes to ground. Still in there tight as a drum as it comes out, running across towards the wing, but good smother coming in there, and the ball goes out of bounds. So we've played 19 minutes in this first quarter, and Coldstream yet to open their accounts. 1 goal, 3 for the Pioneers, 9-point lead for them. But nothing in this game as they wait for the throw-in. And it goes. And Choi's on the ruck again, but it was Whitehorse that won at that time and comes out for them. Ball comes out, hooked back inside off the boot of Travascus, I think it was, going towards the pocket, and they can't keep it in. And out of bounds in that far forward pocket.
Whitehorse has certainly had their chances in this quarter. You know, they've only kicked 1 goal at the moment, so Derek Shaw, if they only get another 1 even, he won't be happy with their scoreline.
So boundary throwing deep now. Padbury won the tap. Cleared out of the back line by Ryan Kerr. It's only as far as centre 50. Push off the footy there was McCormack. Going over the footy there was Sasur. And Adam Dale applied a tough tackle there.
How many goals do you think is par for quarter time, Ray? What do you think that he'd want to be up by?
Well, you'd want 4. I reckon 4. You know, although you're kicking with the wind, as Ben said, the wind's going across to the scoreboard pocket.
So Close won the tap and he's gained tackled there. So another ball up. Very congested game of footy here at Walker Park. 20.5 minutes played. Whitehorse Pioneers by 9 points. So Majok won the tap. Hands on the footy there was Price. Snapped across the body. This kick looks very good, and it's gone all the way. What a cracking goal that one was. I think it's Tippett, and it's gone through for the big sticks. Whitehorse Pioneers, 2 goals, 3. Blaine Coldstream hit the score. Great coming goal there, Alana.
Yeah, it certainly was. And Tippett is quite lively. The few times I've seen Whitehorse play, he's been one of their best players and definitely got the skill there to finish that off nicely.
That would have been disappointing to the Coldstream coaching staff because, you know, the worst thing you want as a coach is goals scored from a stoppage.
Let's cross boundary side to Ben Warren-Smith.
A little bit of matchy from both sides here on the boundary side. A lot of changes happening, about 6 or 7 minutes apart, but they're doing 4 changes at once, both sides.
So making the most of that as the ball goes towards the boundary line. Trying to keep it alive there was Verstingen. And Brett with a boundary throw in true centre wing position.
So Derek Shaw will be a bit happier with that second goal, especially with this win behind him. It's 2 goals on the board, probably would like another 1 or 2.
Keep in mind the Rezzies were low scoring here today, so it's not unfamiliar for Walker Park.
Still time to do that though as the ball goes in. Good jostle for it, but it's fallen for Coldstream for the moment, although it's a bit untidy. Going in there was Farley, couldn't quite get hands on it. Choi's in there, he's played all right too in the early stages of the game. Comes out for the Coldstream side and they get it inside 50, but it's too long, the kick. And it's going to beat everyone going out of bounds as Auckland Craig tried desperately to keep it in.
How good was Majok at ground level there for a ruckman?
Super.
Just able to pick that up like a midfielder, and I think that's going to be quite important today too.
Yeah, he's a very athletic player, no doubt about it. As the ball comes in, getting to the front spot there was Hockey. Knocked down, can the Whitehorse side get it clear? It's pretty willing in there. Good tackle coming in there by Fritz. And the ball towards the boundary line, and it's going to go out of bounds almost in exactly the same place as it did just a couple of minutes ago. So 15 points the margin, 2-3-15 plays, no score.
You know, we're gone 22.5 minutes in the quarter. Coldstream, if they can snare a goal here,
be a great
they're certainly got the advantage.
So the ball comes back in. Good tap was one down there by Hockey. Cardamone, Hall, good tackle applied. I think he's going to pay a push in the back against Brown there. So McCormick goes wide towards the wing. Padbury's the target. Good sprawl over the back there from Wagner. Ball comes out wide. Here's Padbury in the long sleeves. Avoids a tackle, but he's dispossessed there from Fritsch. Now the ball's in the hands of number 18, which is Bevan. So Farley, I should say. Towards the top of the goal square. Can we have a flyer for the Pioneers? No. Good strong mark taken there by Adam Dale at fullback. He plays on quickly. Trying to launch a counter-attack. Good spoil applied there from Thorne. Now the Pioneers can regroup to the likes of McDougall. Goes backwards to go forwards, and a good strong mark taken there. I think the ball's in the hands of, I think it's Kavakis. Good spoil applied there from Thorne.
Joel Dalglish.
Now the Pioneers can regroup to the likes of McDougall.
Alana, you can see the 2 different styles in play, don't you? Once Whitehorse can get out in the open, they have runners coming from everywhere, whereas Coldstream, they would like the game closed up and played on their terms.
So here's Dalglish to put the 3rd on the board for the Pioneers. It looks very good off the boot. Cracking goal there from Joel Dalglish, and the Pioneers move out to 3 goals, 3. It's a Coldstream Football Club yet to score, so a 21-point buffer. We've played 24 minutes here, Alana.
Yeah, that was a beautiful kick by Dalglish, and I suppose the good thing that we've seen so far is that Wagner's actually done a really good job closing down Padbury, and they've had other options to goal and been able to manufacture it through other avenues. So that's a really good sign, and will probably give Whitehorse a fair bit of confidence. And on the flip side, Coldstream just need to run that ball a little bit quicker into their forward line.
Let's go boundary side quickly with Ben Warren-Smith.
Yeah, the sun's gone, Besto, and I tell you what, the wind's picked up a little bit as well, so it's every bit of a 3-goal advantage in my opinion.
Sucked in on the boundary line, BWS.
Michael Cardamone will be disappointed to have conceded that goal. They were holding quite well as Price gets a kick forward, looking for a target. Oh, a heavy hit coming in there.
McCormick,
and I'll tell you what, there's a bit of pushing and shoving, but it is a free kick to the Whitehorse Pioneers. And it's in the hands, I think, of Farley.
It's McCormick.
It's McCormick, it is. It's Matthew McCormick. Puts a little kick down the line, a long kick in the end. And he may have overcooked it completely, but it's been marked back there. Nice grab.
Coltrera.
And Andy Coltrera with the ball. looking around for someone. He's saying, come to me. There's not too many options in front of him at the moment as he just thumps it down the line in the hope that someone might get on the end of it.
Whoa!
Oh, and very nearly a brilliant mark coming over the top. Odermatt almost got hands on it. He's tried hardly Odermatt in this first quarter, but it hasn't quite worked.
Good
that's
tackle.
a great tackle.
Good tackle.
It was Hughlin coming in, and that's a fantastic tackle. Taking Michael McDougall to ground, and well rewarded too as the free kick to Coldstream, and they've got a chance to maybe grab a late one here.
They've done this too often.
But it's been cut off again at half-back, just a wasted kick. And again, Whitehorse will be able to launch. Little short kick finds Padbury, who's up the ground, trying to get into the game. Gets it through the middle. Now the ball goes inside 50, and not a great kick. It was almost... In fact, it was Dalglish who went to ground, and Glede was in there too. Wraps it up. And in fact, it's a free kick to Coldstream, so they'll be able to relieve the pressure. Darcy Carrigan with the ball.
So Carrigan at true centre half back, uses his left foot, swings it nicely, and a good kick in the end, but it's spoiled. Trying to find a teammate there in Clayton. Good strong tackle applied from Coltrera. Pioneers overrun the footy. Ball's in the hands now of Carrigan. Handball's over the top. Try to find Odermatt. Handball back to Carrigan. Long down the line. Who's there for the Pioneers? Odermatt's there. Has mark been paid? It's dropped. Plenty of crummers there. Can Cessair get his hands on the footy before the Pioneers can? Running over the football there was Dale McInerney. All the ball up. 50 metres out from the Coldstream goal. I'd love to get one here.
They have to get on the move. They cannot be standing stationary and expecting that ball to drop right in front of them every time. Tap was won by Coldstream, but only as far as the Whitehorse Pioneers skipper and Mav Glede. Jolsting in possession there with Carrigan, and he got him high. So Mav Glede, he took Darcy Carrigan high. This will be a tough kick against the winner, Lana. And we saw Matt Jock struggle for distance here, but how do you think that Carrigan will go from this distance? Look, he's a very good footballer, but I had egg on my face after last time, so I'm going to say he's going to just struggle to make that distance. I hope he puts it right over the goal umpire's head just to stir you up. 2 in a row. So here's Carrigan. This would be a great kick for Coldstream. It's going to the right-hand side. It was no good. Of the goals. So Coldstream get their first score on the board. Whitehorse 3-3-21 playing Coldstream 0-1-1. We've played 28 minutes here on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, Brett Beston. So Whitehorse bring it back in. They kick across half-back, and they'll have a chance just to work it out. Little short kick up the line, finds Webb. Having come into the side, of course, named as an emergency, but he is in the side now. And this one, Webb decides to put it onto the left foot, goes down the line. It's a bit of a wobbly old kick. Oh, good Mole, great mark. No, it's dropped. It was almost a mark there by Thorne. Going to ground, looking for it there was the Whitehorse number 39. And that, of course, is now Batako. That's Matthew Batako, change of numbers. And the umpire says we'll have a ball up at centre wing. So up it goes as the sun pokes its way through. Going in there and getting the tap down was Hockey. Falls for Tippett. Tippett puts it on the boot and thumps it forward. Now, can he find someone? No, he can't. Ball goes to ground. Nicely worked there by Wagner. And Wagner will bring it out as a bounce to himself, then decides to get a handball over the top, but it's not a great handball. McInerney's got a bit to do, but he does recover nicely and get it onto the left boot, and that's a nice kick too. Finding that's better play. Cardamone, he's come up the ground. Nice work there by number 6, I think it was. He's not actually up there, so it can't be number 6. Now here they come again, Coldstream. Odermatt's over there. He's been in everything in this first quarter. Good going to ground. Hockey's over there. Good work from him. Puts it onto the boot and thumps it forward, so Whitehorse get out of danger for the moment, but it's not a great kick. And it may yet fall, but it may yet fall for them, and in the end they just can't keep it in. Christopher McDougall was over there, as was brother Michael, but they couldn't keep it in. So he had another metre. He was off, wasn't he, Brett?
He was, yeah, he was away. So
he's quick.
Good work by Whitehorse, once again repelling the attack. They've had their chances, Coldstream, definitely Gus McLeod. That they certainly have, Brett. Clearance one there by Craig. Throws it in the boot for Kerr. Comes in the middle of the ground. Good intercept mark taken here. I think it's Tippett. So Tippett goes wide. Padbury's the target. Goes over the top. Now it's a foot race to keep the footy alive. Running hard towards the boundary line was Brendan Dickinson as the quarter time siren sounds here at Walker Park Reserve in Mitcham. It's Whitehorse 3-3-21. Coldstream 1 behind. Quarter time here in the elimination final, as we have the incognito Forest Hill Zebras walking towards the ground. Let's have a break here on EFL Game Day. Coming up after this on Radio Eastern 98.1, the second term between Whitehorse and Coldstream.
Go Zebras! Can the Dockers!
Can the Eagles!
Up the Bulls!
Tobin Brothers Funerals, serving all supporters in the Eastern Football League since 1934. Tobin Brothers Funerals, celebrating lives.
Program sponsor.
EFL.org.au is the place to be online for all the latest on the Eastern Football League. Keep up to date by checking out the latest news and feature articles. Have your say in the EFL poll. Check out all the latest EFL videos, and best of all, you can listen back to any EFL radio program at any time. Head to EFL.org.au. The Eastern Football League. Local footy at its best. Never miss out on the latest information on the Eastern Football League through the league's social media channels. Live updates, information and scores through the league's Twitter account. The latest news and views on Facebook. Don't miss EFL. Never miss out on the latest information on the Eastern Football League through the league's social media channels. Live updates, information and scores through the league's Twitter account.
How would you like to be celebrated?
I think a barbie in the backyard would be nice.
I would go to the beach.
Possibly a costume party.
It sounds silly, but I'd like people to bring their pets.
I'd have a karaoke machine. What's coming to my head is an ice sculpture.
Lots of cakes.
Cheesecake.
Lemon meringue pie.
And probably every flavour of ice cream ever.
At Tobin Brothers Funerals, they know that every life is unique, and they think that every celebration should be too. Find out more at tobinbrothers.com.au. Tobin Brothers Funerals, celebrating lives. Program sponsor.
EFL Saturday Game Day continues. Let's head back and go local for your footy.
Yeah, welcome back out to Walker Park here in Mitcham. Whitehorse Pioneers leading the elimination final 3-3-21 to Coldstream, 1 behind. Alana, how'd you see the first term?
Yeah, it was pretty interesting. Probably going to echo, or Ray's going to echo my comments as well, but we felt that Coldstream wouldn't be too disappointed. Oh, it's 3 goals, 3 to 1 point, but they were going against the breeze, and they did hold back pretty well. Like Dale and Wagner, I thought they were pretty solid down back for Coldstream, to be honest, because there was quite a number of forward entries for Whitehorse, and Whitehorse were probably just that little bit wasteful and probably didn't hit those targets in the forward 50 as much as they would have wanted to, but certainly their run and carry would be a concern, and I'm sure that's something that Michael Cardamone would be addressing with the troops at quarter time to stop that run, to stop that free flow of play, and probably, hopefully, to not stand still and lead onto that ball a little bit more, because that's when I feel Coldstream look dangerous.
I agree with you totally, Alani, and I'd just like to add that what Coldstream have got to do, though, when they're going into that forward 50, they must lower their eyes. They can't just keep bombing it in there and hopes that, the likes of Odermatt and all that are going to mark the ball. They've got to put the ball out in front of Odermatt. They've got to lower their eyes and look for other targets as well, because they've got to score the ledger up by half time.
Yeah, that they certainly do, Raymond. Like I said before, the Whitehorse Pioneers have a 20-point lead. BWS is at one of the huddles. I can't quite spot the Doncaster East beanie amongst the Pioneers jerseys, so he must be at Coldstream. Yeah, but it should be an interesting...
Now there he is, out behind the board.
Got him. You can see his big melon there.
Sticks out like a sore toe.
That he certainly does, but so Brett Besson, what were your thoughts on that game, also the first quarter?
Yeah, I think Coldstream certainly had their chances, but I think it was Alana said that bombing the ball in long instead of lowering the eyes, and they did have some opportunities, and if they kicked a couple of goals, I think the Whitehorse Pioneers would be feeling pretty disappointed. But in the end, 20 points, we're yet to know how significant the wind is, and you can't just assume that because you've got the wind behind you, it's all going to go for you, because Coldstream still have to play with the wind. So I guess we'll get a better gauge probably in the second quarter. But one guy who didn't get into the game much for Whitehorse, and he didn't much last week either, is Big Padbury. Really hasn't sort of got into it yet, but it hasn't really mattered because some of the other guys like Dalgleish and Tippett have done the job.
Well, people forget that Padbury's not your big plugger full forward. He's a small, crumbing, medium-sized forward who gets his goals.
He's pretty big for a medium size. He's about 6'5".
Have you seen him in ground level? He's not overly that big.
Okay, deceptive because he does look quite tall from up here.
And there's not much of him. He's a lanky. People forget he's only 20 years old as well. He's still a young kid, Andrew Padbury. But let's get ready to cross down to Let's cross down to BWS. He's got Derek Shaw with him. Over to you, BWS.
Yeah, just with the senior coach of the Whitehorse Pioneers, Derek Shaw. Derek, good first quarter by the boys. Had a lot of good pressure. The tackling was good, and you spread the ball well also.
Yeah, we've been working that all week. We started off like this against Forest Hill, so quarter by quarter, hopefully we need to do the same thing again this quarter.
They've been putting a spare man back. You got to watch that this quarter.
Yeah, we just got to watch where we kick it on the angles, give our forwards a chance to get there. We realise they do that, but yeah, we need to convert a bit more than the amount of times we've had it down there.
Bit of a breeze going down the against you guys this quarter, but the message to the boys, run and carry.
Correct, yeah. Try and keep it wide coming out of defence. We don't want to centre it too early, and make sure we keep running and backing each other up, and obviously clean hands when we can. You know, we just got to make sure that we're hitting our targets. We haven't done that for a few weeks, and it's cost us, so we can't afford to do that today.
It's a good start, mate. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thanks to BWS down on the boundary line. Pioneers won that hit out, but it's only as far as a Coldstream jersey. Coltrera's there, running towards the footy. There is Brown, trickling the ball across the boundary line. Well kept alive there from Farley. Trickles down the line now, trying to keep it alive that they do. Coldstream towards centre half forward. Where's Odermatt? He flies. And I think the ball's in the hands of Dale.
That was a very, very educated kick because he kicked it with his right foot, although he could have just swung around on the left foot. And what he did, he basically kicked it square across the ground, because if he'd have kicked it to the contest, the ball would have carried it more so to the gold square. So it was a very educated kick.
So Darcy Fritsch put the first on the board for the Cougars. Kick looks good off the boot. And it's going straight over the goal. Umpire said Darcy Fritsch puts the first on the board for the Cougars. And on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, it's Coldstream 1-7-7 playing the Pioneers 3-3-21. Great kick of the footy there, Alana.
Yeah, that's exactly the start that Coldstream would have wanted. So with the breeze, get it out of the middle, convert quickly, and then start to mount some scoreboard pressure on Whitehorse, and hopefully to try and expose them in that contested balls from the middle.
Well, that tells a story about the win, because that went through with metres to spare, and he kicked it from about 53 out, so that breeze is going to play a significant factor. Good start for Coldstream as the ball goes up. A nice tap there by Clayton. He got over the top of Duclos, and it falls for Coldstream, and they go inside 50 again. Odermatt's there, but it doesn't fall for him. It's been repelled at the moment, but it's going to come back. No, it's all nicely worked out of there by Whitehorse, but turning around with the ball is Casera. It's over the top from Brown. He finds Price. He's ranging wide. Going to get on that flank and try and get it back in. Here's Majak. Turns around, gets it onto the left foot. Not a great kick, and it should have been cut off by Glede, but he put it down, and it's into the contest there, and they probably will wrap this up. Players diving on the ball, but a good start from Coldstream in this quarter. They've got the first goal, and they're inside 50 again with the advantage of this fairly strong breeze. So the umpire throws it up and going into the contest there. I think Duclos may have just got the tap there, but it's come out on the far side of the ground towards the boundary line, and it's in the hands of a Coldstream player over there. It is Price.
He's already had a couple of possessions in this quarter, and so is Lachlan Craig, who I feel has had a very, very good start to this match.
As indeed, as Duclos gets the tap for Whitehorse, but again, it looks like it's going to come for, good little duck under the high tackle there, the Coldstream player, as he gets a kick out towards the boundary, but it's going out of bounds.
I think that was Craig again. Oh, no, sorry, Carrigan. They do
Carrigan.
look a little bit,
Darcy
they look a bit
Carrigan.
similar, don't they,
Yeah,
those two, with the long dark hair and in and under.
Yeah, someone bleached their hair, please, or one of them. As the ball goes in, it's Clayton who gets in there.
Do you see the wind with that ball throw-in?
Yeah, absolutely. It's getting a bit stronger, the breeze too. Certainly the big clouds are coming over, so I think some more rain might be...
Well, I think the rain is coming as we see people scrummage for the grandstand.
We can feel the coldness through the window too. It's pretty chilly out here.
As BWS tries to vacate the boundary, sucked in. So the boundary throwing deep in the Coldstream forward line.
He should have my umbrella down there.
Tap one down by Pignataro, snapped across towards goal, and it's gone out of bounds on the full. Let's cross boundary side to BWS in the gale force winds.
Just the starting benches in the second term, guys, for the Whitehorse Pioneers: Mitch Ward, Jacob Daly, Marcus Tippett, and Damien Batako. And across with Coldstream, it's LaRusso, Carrigan, McCarthy, Hughlin, and McInerney. The rain's coming down. Ray, can you bring me down your brolly, mate?
You got it yourself. What are you talking about?
I brought it back up.
Okay.
I like things delivered to me, mate.
Okay. Do you really want it?
No, it's all good. It's all good.
I don't think umbrellas are going to be too much use today. The winds.
One of those suck it up princess situations.
Low inside out. As the ball goes out of the ground, Webb's gone to retrieve it. I tell you what, this is nasty.
I tell you what, if many more people try to get up in this grandstand, we're going to be pushed out of this box.
Bugger it, I'm coming back.
We've got a brolly on the way for you, BWS. As the footy goes back in towards play now. Good, strong attempted mark there by Duclos. Pinballing around the bottom of the pack. Turning the weave and wave was Hockey. Dalgleish, McDougall, and a free kick's been awarded.
Yeah, with a throw down off the ball. He threw the opposition player down off the ball.
So Whitehorse, work it down the line. Good intercept there by Majak. He's playing really well. athletic player as he chips it inside. It's not a great kick, but it might still work out. Left behind there, I think it was Hugel who left it behind, but it's worked out for them. Good strong contest in there, Sarah. I think it was Dean. Now it's on the ground, but Whitehorse can rebound it. Little underground handball there, but it's back inside. Oh, good smother, great smother coming across was Damien Patako. Good work from him. And the ball out of bounds on this near side as the rain drives down here at Walker Park.
It'll be gone in 5 minutes though.
It looks like just a brief shower.
It's gone now.
3-3-21 plays 1-1-7 and Whitehorse Pioneers in front. As the ball goes in, it's been tapped down for Coldstream, but it's Whitehorse who get their hands on it. They kick forward. Nice work back there by Dale. Dale onto the right foot at half back. He kicks down towards centre wing, or set back to infield a wee bit. In the hands now of, I think it was Clayton.
Coltrera
it was. And a good tackle put on him.
Did you see the Whitehorse guy think twice about going in for that contest against Dale before? He's like, oh, yeah, no, you can take that one, mate.
He's a big boy, Adam Dale.
Bounce off you.
At centre half back. Now it comes out the back of the pack now, looking to find Cardamone running towards the back pocket. But Craig's kick was a bit too heavy for the captain coach, Michael Cardamone.
He would have been dangerous there if it had just stayed in play.
That he would be. He's dangerous in small pockets, Michael Cardamone. So boundary throw in now. Doing battle on the ruck was Fridge. Tapped out towards the back, trying to get his hands on the footy was Verstegen. The umpire says she'll ball it up. Doing a cracking job, Jen.
He's even got the Eddie Betts shorts on in the pocket there.
Yeah, those shorts are bigger than my ones. Yeah. They're that big.
No chance.
So we'll bring that umbrella back from you, BWS. And we'll have a boundary throw in right in front of the burger tent here at Mitcham Recreation Reserve.
6.5 minutes gone. Coldstream will have to be looking for another goal if you're going to be back in this game.
Trust Gus McLeod to know where the burger tent is.
Because it's right in front of us, Brett. Your glass is not working today, mate. So the ball goes forward now. Ball's in the hands of Cecilia. Digiton diving, and the ball's going across the boundary line. I think we'll have a boundary throw in. Yeah, the umpire says we'll bring it back into play right in front of the Coldstream coach's box. Let's cross down to BWS.
I know the weather's pretty tough out here today, but I tell you what, two sides that haven't played finals football in Division 4. I'm very disappointed with the number of people out here today.
As a goal goes through the big sticks, way to cut it off, BWS. Can you get his name?
LaRusso.
We didn't see it.
LaRusso, baby.
Yeah, Anthony LaRusso.
Cracking goal there, and he ran into space. That into Lano, got himself out of the traffic, snapped it across the body, and a great finish.
Yeah, 100%. And just, I feel like if Coldstream can get a couple of goals and the conditions stay the way they are, they just probably have the better physical makeup to hold on and win this final today, Ray.
Yeah, as we pointed out earlier, their style of play, which is, contest after contest, body on body, whereas Whitehorse, they like to run the ball wide to the outrunners, and if the conditions settle in and really get bad, they're certainly going to be in Coldstream's favour.
Interesting move too, Majok out of the ruck and onto the wing.
Trying to use his run and carry, I'd say, Brett.
Absolutely, so back in the middle. And it's a 13-point ball game, so it's tightened right up with Coldstream with a couple of quick goals. And of course, if the wind stays like this, interestingly, Coldstream will have the wind in the last quarter, but we're a long way to go. As Duclos gets the tap, Whitehorse has the chance to come forward. There's that man, Majok, again. He's been very busy in the game, juggles to himself, put on the ground, but he got it away just in the nick of time. Duclos spoils, but it falls for Coltrera. Now it's out to Dale. And Dale, a big man, puts a little right foot kick forward. Can he hit a target over there? Yes, he can. Odermatt again on that far side. Left foot kick from Odermatt. Goes inside 50.
Mongrel.
But it's on a great kick and good ball coming in there from McDougall. Now it's in nobody's hands. It's a free kick.
Yep, she's on it.
Threw his man to the ground before the marking contest. Stupid play.
Well spotted by the umpire. So Whitehorse can bring it off half back as they get it forward now. Long kick down the line. Can they get a target? Going forward and no mark taken there, and it's gone forward again, and it's Dalglish.
So Patako goes forward now, trying to find a teammate here in Hockey. Hockey, big strong tackle applied. Umpire's going to play on that. He does. Now Coldstream can switch with Price. We're going wide foot race here between Thorne, and winning the battle there was Coldstream as it trickles across the boundary line. Well done there by Brendan Dickinson.
Wagner did so well then. He had to leave his man to attack that footy, and if he didn't get that ball, it was a definite goal for Whitehorse. So he just did really well then to back himself in to get to that contest.
That he certainly did. Tap one down there by Duclos. towards the boundary line. Coming hard at the footy there was Price. Trying to keep it alive, but the Pioneers go long towards the goal square. 2-on-1 for Padbury. What can he bring it down? Kerr was there. So was Dale. And the ball goes across the boundary line. Hit the post, as a matter of fact. We'll ball it in. Right next to the behind post. We're deep in Coldstream's forward 50, Brett.
And so Whitehorse with an opportunity to pinch one against the wind as the throw comes in. It's gone over the top, missed everybody, and it's been socked away by Coldstream, but it's going to come back. Floating handball over the top for McCormack. It's Matty McCormack. He runs back and we have a whistle.
He dived there, Cardamone.
Yes.
It was a Cardamone special.
Give him an Academy Award, Mickey. That was absolutely superb. I think he touched his, I don't know, might have been his pinky finger and went down like a spack of spuds.
So Cardamone with the free kick.
Spack of spuds?
Yeah, I've got my tongue tied up today. I might just call it a day and swap with BWS.
So Cardamone kicks out towards the wing. Magic's out there, but he can't keep it in, and it's gone out of bounds. And we'll have a throw in just right about centre wing. So 8-point game. It's 3-3-21 to 2-1-13 on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. Whitehorse. 3 goals to 2, but nothing in this, particularly with these conditions. Squally showers coming across the ground and wind as well as the ball is knocked down. Beautifully done, and it's been Verstegen who takes it down the flank. He kicks forward, but it's a wasted kick. And in fact, it's out of bounds on the full. Yeah. In fact, hit the post, so it's out of bounds on the full. Great work by Verstegen, but he just wasted the opportunity, Gus.
It's a tough kick there going with the wind. I think it's going sort of diagonally across the goals. A big fly comes across the back from Lachlan Craig. He goes inbound, finds a teammate there. Falls in the hands of Anthony LaRusso. He's been dangerous early.
Yeah, go back and have a shot. You've got the wind behind you.
So this one from 40, I think he'll kick from just outside.
I'm going to back him in, Alana. Yeah.
What about you, Alana? You've been good with the goal tipping predictions today.
Yeah, I'm sitting on the fence.
So LaRusso, kick looked like it was touched off the boot, goes towards the goal line and punched across by Jassy Hockey. So another minor score on the board for the Cougars. Whitehorse Pioneers 3-3-21. Coldstream 2-2-14. We've played 12 minutes here on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
Really important now for some really good forward pressure for Coldstream to hopefully have that 7-point play rate.
Yeah, yep, sure.
And so the ball for the umpteenth time today disappears down into the bushes, but they've got it back Whitehorse and they kick it out. It's a bit of a dangerous kick, but well, nice work there as the ball is knocked down, but they can't keep it. And Odermatt tried desperately, but couldn't do so. And it's out of bounds once again. So 8 points, still the margin here. 7 points actually were, 7-point margin. And we'll have a throw in.
Lucky we can call football, not maths, Brett.
They're pretty good at maths. Knocked down, Coldstream goes in there. Calls up holding the ball out. Could be a high tackle, in fact, against Coldstream. What does the umpire say?
Hold ball up.
He's decided the ball up. So
it's been very good, Jen Devonish today, the umpire.
She's a great umpire.
So ball up again. And once again, it's this time it's Clayton going in there getting the tap, but the ball going towards the boundary line. And it's out again. So something of a stalemate. The ball just trapped in this part of the ground for the last couple of minutes. There it goes in again. Getting over the back this time. Good work. The knock down there, and it's fallen for Tippett. He goes in there, Tippett trying to drag it out. And there too was that man Batako. The change of number, of course. And he can't free it. So the umpire to ball it up again. There it is, the knockdown this time. It's going to probably fall for Coldstream, and it does. Good work in there by Dickinson. He spins out of the tackle. But it's fallen for Batako. Batako slams it onto the boot and sends it straight across the face of goal. Going back is Dale, but he doesn't quite get there.
In trouble.
No, that might be holding the ball. Now the umpire says play on. Taking it away there is Dalgleish. And Dalgleish has put it through. Yep. Just a bad mistake there. Coldstream caught in possession, and Dalgleish, as quick as a flash, he was onto that one and ran into the open goal and put it through, and that is a bad away there. But great finish by Dalgleish, well taken.
I think boys and ladies, Alana, they're getting dominated in the ruck here, Coles. I wouldn't be surprised if they need to get, what's his name, Joel Madjock back in the ruck and try and win some taps there, because Duke Close has been dominant the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, I was going to comment on exactly that, just saying I don't know whether this change of ruck has actually worked in their favour. They might have been getting a bit more run through the wing, but the centre clearances and at least that competitive nature in the middle is probably hurting Coldstream a little bit at the moment.
So the Pioneers out to 4-3-27. Coldstream 2-2-14 on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. We've played 14 and a half minutes here at Walker Park in Mitcham as Jen Devonish gets ready to ball the ball back up in the centre of Walker Park. So doing battle on the ruck here is Clayton. Pardon me, Andrew Close. Coldstream on the tap. Plenty of numbers forming here. Going long, where's Odermatt? Can they find him? Good spoil coming over the back there from Ryan. Plenty of Coldstream comers trying to get involved. Cardamone's there, and we'll ball it up.
The Whitehorse player was lucky not to get a free kick there. I felt like he's got straight dived into his back.
Yeah, I thought the same, Alana, to be honest. So, ball up again. Here's that man Duclos, gets the front spot, the tap down, but it fell for McCarthy, and it's towards the boundary line, and it's out of bounds over there. Just talking about Choi Magic before, it's a bit like robbing Peter to pay Paul, isn't it? He's quite good out on the wing, but they really need him in the ruck. So Michael Cardamone's got to make a decision there. If he wants to keep losing the ruck position, we'll put him back in there. Just waiting for the umpire to send it back in. And here it goes. Duclos wrestling in there. He got a tap, I think, as the ball goes straight back almost where it came from, and out of bounds again. So 4-3-27, plays 2-2-14 on the Bendigo back scoreboard. Whitehorse, 4 goals to 2. So plenty of jostling as Duclos stands here, getting ready to contest again. But this time it's good work in there by Clayton. He got to the front spot, and it's what dangerous part the goal square if they can get it out here. But it's impossible. It's been wrapped up in there, in fact, in the end by Whitehorse, and they'll take it across.
I think they're going to ball it up, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, I think the whistle came before the ball went out, I think, before the ball went over. So it'll be a ball up in the goal square. This will be dangerous.
Of course, you're not allowed to punch it through anymore, otherwise it is paid deliberate. So we're going to ball it up right on the goal line. Tap forward was one there by Duclos, and a quick snap across the body went through for a behind. So on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, the Whitehorse Pioneers, they're 4-4-28. So 4-3-27, Coldstream 2-3-15.
Whose math isn't any good?
The scoreboard's not mine as we come back into play now. Good strong markers dropped actually. Pinballing around the bottom of the pack there. Bevis, McCormack, dispossessed. Good tackle was applied there from Brown. Craig and Price trying to link up nicely. Here's McCormack. He couldn't quite keep the ball alive for the Pioneers. We'll go across the boundary line. So the ball up 45 metres out from the Coldstream goal as Michael Cardamone comes back into play. A few tall numbers building the forward line for Coldstream. Pignataro, Fritsch, Odermatt. Can they find one? So around the bottom of the pack there was Ryan Kerr. Good tackle applied on Mitch Ward as he got slung to the ground there for the Pioneers. It's a very scrappy game of football so far in the second term. Tap one down by Majok, trying to do his own ruck work and crumbing at the same time. Going hard at the football there was Ryan Kerr. So we have a ball up here. 18 minutes played here at Mitcham. Ward got the clearance only as far as an opposition player. Ball's in the hands now of Daniel Price. So Price wheels up, goes long. Cardamone's the target. Cardamone got up high.
Odermatt.
I don't know why I kept calling him Cardamone, because it was Odermatt. That he certainly is. He's the coach. And Odermatt's the big full forward, who I should know. Nonetheless, the ball goes in towards his direction. Meantime, just forward, just short. Going across the back of the pack. Snapped on the right foot. Goes bang through the big sticks. I think it's Darcy Carrigan who got that one.
Sean McCarthy.
Oh, it's McCarthy towards his direction. They both got red hair. Just forward, just get them mixed up.
He's been lively around the forward line, has McCarthy, and he's very, very good at reading the ball off the hands. He's done it a couple of times, and that, he got rewarded with a goal on that particular occasion. So good to see, because the game was a bit of a stalemate. So it's nice that we got a score in the
I agree with you. While he's been on the ground, he's one of the players that sort of comes off and on all the time, but while he's been out there, he's certainly been a live wire.
So Sean McCarthy's goal brings us back to a one-kick game. 4-3-27, plays 3-3-21. And here's Choi in the ruck again, but Duclos got over the top of him that time. Got the knockdown. Kerr went in there for it and picked up nicely and freed out there is Kerr again. Gets it out now. Coldstream, if they can get the next goal, suddenly they'll be level, which is almost incomprehensible after the way it was in that first quarter. Going to ground was Brown. Comes out there for Khan. Hasn't had a lot of Khan today, but he's got the ball in his hands as he goes down that wing, and for the umpteenth time today, it's been spoiled over on that far side, but it's coming back for them in the hands of Connell. And Connell's kick, getting the front spot again, was Kerr. Now handball down the boundary line. There's the ball in the hands of Coldstream again, and kicked forward. Looking for, is that Padbury over there? Trying desperately to get a handball out. In fact, it was Khan. and he's wrapped up by Kerr, who's been incredibly busy in the last couple of minutes.
He certainly has. His use of his body has been pretty good too, which it's probably been the difference at the moment with Coldstream and Whitehorse, with the exception in the ruck with Duclos.
Look at Majak coming over the top. He's so incredibly athletic as the ball goes to ground again, but Coldstream have got it. They try to get it out of the clearance, but it's wrapped up in there, and Magic's going to get a chance to do his thing again, I think, because we're going to have another ball up.
Archie Barngie there.
There's only so many contest after contest you can probably take until you do start to get a little bit frustrated and niggly at one another.
But they certainly are, Alana. So Majok won that tap, trying to find his teammate there in McCarthy. Umpire's blown his whistle for a high free kick.
She's blown her whistle.
Sorry, that might have been Jen. It was Jen, my apologies. So now the ball's in the hands of the Pioneers. So they're looking to go long towards the top of the 50. Coming across the back, and a good strong mark has been taken there.
Coltrera's been very good today. He's steadying influence for Coldstream has been fantastic.
That he has. Raymond, they go long down the boundary line. Foot race. Here's Majok, overrun the footy. Now the ball's in the hands of Connell, but taking the ball across the boundary line was Hughlin.
What a shame, because Majok was completely out in the open there, and we saw exactly why he gets put on the wing, because can he run?
So I don't think too many Whitehorse players have got a foot race with Majok. There he is again, speak of the devil. And
goes covered.
Straight over the top of him. And it's a free kick, so Coldstream, not go against Coldstream, is it? It's gone to Whitehorse, so they've got a chance to clear. Still the one kick in it, it's in the hands of Josh Beavis. No, it's not going to be Beavis, it's going to be Duclos.
Thorne's come off the bench for Whitehorse and gone to the forward line, so they've certainly got to pick him up.
So Duclos kicks out towards the wing. Going up there for it was Bevan. No, it's not Bevan, it's Farley.
Looks like Cartamo with all his defensive prowess has gone down there and then gone, no, mate, you've got to come back down, and Dickinson's taking him now.
Yeah.
Don't blame him.
So we've had 21 and a half minutes played in this quarter, still the one kick in it. Duclos trying to get the front spot, goes over the top though, and it's been 1-0. Good solid tackle on the ground there. It was Michael McDougall going in, and we'll have another ball up, the up-10th one of the day, and getting up with it was Darcy Carrigan on the ground.
What I think Coldstream have got to do, particularly in the next quarter, I would move Odermatt into the midfield. Look, he's doing nothing down forward. He's a dynamic player. You're moving into the midfield. He'll get marks and they start getting the ball in the midfield, and that's what they've got to do, start winning the ball out of the middle.
So Majok got the tap over the top of Duclos. Coldstream had it for a minute, but it's gone straight back into the contest, and we're going to do it all again. The umpire's going to get a sore arm from throwing it up. We've had a lot of ball ups in this quarter. It's been quite messy. Majok getting ready to go again over the top of Duclos. Duclos got the tap that time, but it's straight back on the ground. Going in there looking for it was Khan, but it's turning into a ball up a thought in this quarter.
If you've got any scores from the Scoresby Heathmont game, please tweet us at FootyAFL. We'd love to find out how that game's going. Brett, as a big tackle was applied there by Majok. He's one of the better players so far for the Cougars, as Whitehorse hold a 1-goal lead here with 23 minutes played. Big tap forward there. Running back with the flight was Kerr, and he's been tackled quite hard there by Mav Glede. The umpire's going to reward the skipper. So Mav Glede's got the footy, true centre wing position. You're going to want to get on with it quickly. And buying a bit of time was Ryan Kerr there. So Mav Glede, Pioneers skipper. Launches long, trying to find a teammate.
Good mark.
Good strong mark, running back with the flight there in a big pack for the Cougars. I think it is Dickinson, the long sleeves. He switches, and the switch is quite poor. So this is to give a bloke a wrap. He turns it over.
It's a shocking kick.
And it's going to go out of bounds for a boundary throw-in right in front of the Nunawading Toyota sign here at Mitcham. So boundary throw-in deep in the pocket for the Pioneers. They'd love to get another one against the wind to kick off their first half of the final series. Tap taken out of the ruck there was Padbury. Kicked out of bounds. Gained a bit of yardage there for the Cougars. BWS, how's the wind conditions down at ground level?
Well, it's a bit of a muchy. To be honest, it picked up at the start of this second term, Gus, and we thought that it might have picked up to like a 4-goal breeze, but all of a sudden the sun's come out. I'm looking behind me. It's clear skies behind, and it's really died down. So it's even ball.
So ball comes out. It's in there, and diving on it there, number 9 for the Coldstream side. It's for Stegan, and we'll have another ball up. So still just a kick in it. We've played 24 and a half minutes in this quarter, so maybe a couple of minutes remaining as the ball goes up. Whitehorse. Once again, it was Choi getting in there, getting over the top of Duclos and shifted out to the wing, but there's not going to be much happening over here because there's tons of players and a good strong tackle coming in there, and we'll wrap it up inside 50 once again. Getting up with the ball was Lockie Craig. He's been fair in this first half. There it goes, Duclos easily over Choi that time, just got the advantage as he knocks it down. And once again, it's on the ground, picked up there by...
I think it's a free kick.
In fact, it's a free kick.
Yeah. To Patako.
It's Patako, as you were. So Matty Patako with his change of number, and he'll have a chance here to kick this. You wouldn't...
I'd back him in.
It's not a terribly difficult kick. Is it just a bit of angle, not terribly far, at about 20 metres probably.
Oh.
But he's made an absolute ash of it.
He shanked
and
it.
just as we backed him in, we put the mockers on him, and he shanked it rather badly. So the margin, which could have easily been out beyond 2 kicks, is just 7 points. It's 4-4-28 to the Whitehorse Pioneers, 3-3-21 on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
We have not got it right once all day between the lot of us.
If it comes down the wire, I reckon we should just shut up. As Coldstream bring the footy back out. Good work there from Aaron Brown. He goes long down the line. Odermatt's the target. Good strong mark taken there by Bevis. He goes short, finds Padbury in the skivvy.
Should be 25 for that.
I agree, Alana.
It was late.
If it was Jen, our favourite, she would have said yes. Nonetheless, the kick's gone in short. Price trying to map it up for the Cougars. LaRusso, he's in trouble here if he doesn't get rid of the footy. Gee, he's done well to evade too, but just to give him a wrap, he's probably run about 40 metres but gained 5 as Majak handballs over the top, goes long down the line trying to find a teammate there. Padbury getting high at the ground, handballs it back in towards the traffic. Running back is Webb. Webb tries to keep it alive. Cardamone's there, the coach for the Cougars. He's going to try and gain some yardage, literally as he gets dragged across the turf. He's that small, Cardamone, but he's lively. He's going to have a ball up now. True centre wing position. Too close, wins the tap. He's been dominant in the ruck. And taking the footy across the boundary line there is Farley. So sunshine and rainbows now at Mitcham.
Sounds like a children's fairy tale.
That it certainly is. As I just say that, the rain will probably come in about 5 minutes' time. Kicked long forward there by Craig. Running back with a flight. Good, strong attempted work there from, I think it was Khan. And our favourite umpire, Jen, said she'll ball it up. So super work there from Jesse Hockey. Chris Ryan.
He's been good today, Hockey.
That he has. Tap goes out wide. Few Cougars here if they can get it right. Socket off the ground there by LaRusso. Towards Odermatt. Snapped across the body there.
Oh, that was Pignataro.
Pignataro.
Opportunity there, Johnny Pignataro. He could have, well, not levelled the scores. In fact, he could have got them just within a point, but just off target. So the Whitehorse Pioneers to bring it back in. We've played nearly 28 minutes in this quarter, so they can't be long to go.
Been long terms.
It has been a long term. This one, as was the first, as the kick goes down, looking for, I think it's Hockey down there. It was. Now it's in the hands of the Whitehorse Pioneers, and they can burst away through Michael McDougall. He sends it down the line, looking for Padbury, but getting there first was Patako. Inside 50. Now it's out. Oh, that's a shocking hand pass. Just going to nobody and out of bounds as they look really likely there, the Whitehorse Pioneers, but they just turned it over.
Couple of words for you there. Perceived pressure.
Indeed, indeed.
It's all running past the football, Brett.
Yes, indeed.
Now he saw Dale there and he went, oh God, and he just absolutely muffed it up.
So ball thrown in, but it's gone straight back to where it came from almost. And out of bounds once again. So just a kick in it. 4-4-28 plays 3-4-22. It's still anyone's game out here at Walker Park on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. So often we see a late goal which can make all the difference, so we'll be looking for that to perhaps happen here as the ball is tapped down. It's in the hands, well, it was in the hands of Choi, but he just lost it, and it's taken out of bounds by the Whitehorse Pioneers.
Joel Majak's been lively today, hasn't he, Brett?
He has, he's been very lively, a terrific athlete, very athletic player.
Wouldn't be surprised if he has a crack at a higher level in seasons to come. He certainly has the talent. As the ball comes back into play, Duclos tried to gain some yardage. Tackled there by Baccardo. Going across the boundary line there was Lachlan Craig.
When you get tackled by Dean Cecile, you really stay tackled, don't you? So it's going to be hard to break free of those and get the run through that half-back line.
Very tough footballers the Cecile brothers are. So boundary thrown right in front of BWS, our broadcast manager on the boundary line. Comes back into play. Winning front position there was Clayton. Scrappy football hit the bottom of the pack. Leads there for the Pioneers. And he applied a strong tackle there on Aaron Brown. True centre wing position, broadcast side, grand side of Walker Park. Duclos won the tap. Mitch Ward dispossessed. Chol tried to find a teammate here. He does in Kerr. Kerr gives it to his teammate in Price. Price goes long. Odermatt takes a big strong mark.
I'll back him in to kick this.
So this will be a great goal for Coldstream if he can kick it up on the side. He does in Kerr. BWS is going to bench towards the bench to try and grab. I think he's going to try and grab Carter's shot. But in the meantime,
Oders would love this. The big stage here, and this is where he steps up. I reckon he'll kick this right through the middle.
So Lee Odermatt will kick from 40 metres out, slight angle. Kicks come off the left boot. He likes it, and Lee Odermatt puts a big one through the big sticks, and we'll go into half-time at 4-4 apiece. The big stage requires big players to step up, and Lee Odermatt puts his first on the board. And we're having a bit of a push and shove here. A bit of a melee starting to form. BWS will go in there and adjudicate it.
Ben, you haven't got the umbrella, mate. Don't do it.
So we have a bit of a scuffle here. Our favourite umpire, Jen's, getting involved and telling them all to break it up.
And as a Forest Hill supporter, I hope they all punch each other and get reported for next week. I'm only joking.
Look, there was a little
as
push,
if I want that.
There was a little bit of push and shove, but I think Whitehorse are in the wrong end because it was 3 or 4 Whitehorse players come in that really didn't have to come into
Agreed. They did start that one. Most definitely so. But it was such a great piece of play that started that goal, though, and it all started from Majak.
Yeah.
Just winning that contest,
he's been
getting
very
that
good.
handball
He's been
out.
terrific.
He's been good when he's on the wing with his run. He gets in, he gets the hard ball himself, and not only that, when they've put him into the ruck, he might not have won every knockout, but he's made a contest.
Let's cross boundary side to Ben Warren Smith. Carter may not have one of his water carriers there.
Yeah, there's a little bit of argy-bargy between both sides there at half-time. I was hoping to get Carter's, but he's refocused the group walking off the ground. They know with the job that has to be done. It's all square out here at half-time, and it's an exciting game. Sorry I couldn't get Carter's, but I wasn't certainly. He was pretty fired up, so I certainly wasn't going to go and test the waters there, boys.
Well, let's have a break here
and girls.
At Mitcham. We are obviously broadcasting live from Walker Reserve. It is 28 apiece, 4-4, 28 each here at Walker Reserve between the Pioneers and Coldstream. Let's have our break, and after this we'll dissect the first half with Ben Warren Smith, Alana Coleman, Ray Baird, Brett Beston and myself, Gus McLeod. Keep your dials locked to Radio Eastern 98.1.
Oh, I've got a couple of best friends. Just great people with big hearts.
I met him in kindergarten.
We both keep each other grounded.
He's in the Defence Force.
4 best friends, actually. They're like my sisters.
She's really caring and funny.
He runs amok every weekend, so I haven't seen him that much because I'm married.
We've always just clicked.
Best friend lives in the country.
She's the best.
When celebrating a loved one's life, don't leave it to just anyone to organise. Find out more at turbanbrothers.com.au. Turban Brothers Funerals, celebrating lives.
Program sponsor.
A new time and a new team, driving you home in 2016. Join a brand new lineup for The Huddle as the gang take a light-hearted look at the Eastern Football League every Friday night. More importantly, the team will reveal the ins and outs for this week's round of matches. The Huddle, 4:30 to 6:30 every Friday evening as you love it local. Never miss out on the latest information on the Eastern Football League through the league's social media channels. Live updates, information and scores through the league's Twitter account. EFL.org.au is the place to be online for all the latest on the Eastern Football League. Keep up to date by checking out the latest news and feature articles. Have your say in the EFL poll. Check out all the latest EFL videos, and best of all, you can listen back to any EFL radio program at any time. Head to EFL.org.au. The Eastern Football League, local footy at its best. Bigger and better in season 2016, Netball EFL is back. The fastest growing competition in the eastern suburbs continues to expand. Don't miss the fast-paced action every Friday night across multiple venues. For more information or to get involved, head to EFL.org.au.
Probably amongst my friends, I'm known for my sense of humour.
So people know me for my laid-back attitude.
I work too much and I play too much sport, and I'm a fantastic mum.
My striking good looks.
I can sing.
Do a lot of running and swimming and surfing.
My karaoke.
Getting overly passionate about sport.
I try to be there for everyone. I think that's what I would be known for in my group.
Be remembered for the great moments in your life. Find out more at tobinbrothers.com.au. Tobin Brothers Funerals, celebrating lives.
EFL Saturday Game Day continues. Let's head back and go local for your footy.
Yeah, welcome back out to Walker Reserve here at the home of the Mitcham Footy Club. But today we're seeing the Whitehorse Pioneers take on Coldstream. It's 4-4, 28 apiece at half-time. Alana, the goal kickers, Batako of the Matthew variety. Joel Dalglish has 2. Marcus Tippett has 1 for the Pioneers. And for Coldstream, it's LaRusso, McCarthy, and Odermatt with 1 as well. As I think it's McCarthy who's got the other one as well.
Fritsch,
Darcy Fritsch, yep.
That's right. If I look at my score sheet, it actually tell me that. But first impressions of the game, Lana, very scrappy.
Yeah, look, and it was always going to be, because these two teams are teams that haven't played finals football for a while. And yes, I know that some of the Coldstream players do have finals experience, but if you're looking across the overall view of the game, there's a lot of players that haven't played a lot of finals, so they were always going to be nervous. They got off to what was, we could see it was a very nervous start. Then the heavens opened up, and it probably just added to the scrappiness of the contest. So hopefully, with the sun shining now, the nerves out of the way, 4-4, or maybe someone can just get off the chain and get some open space and run and carry. And if we're looking at who would be more likely to be able to do that, it's probably the Whitehorse Pioneers. But if we can keep it at a contest, or if it's kept at a contest, we're doing nothing, we're just standing here watching the game. If it's kept at a contest and an arm wrestle, then I probably think that it'll be Coldstream that get over the line. So yeah. Anyway.
I think you're right what you say about the run, because I think I've seen Whitehorse play a couple of times this year, and I think they've got more speed off half back, but they just haven't been able to get it going today. It has been a messy game, an awful lot of stoppages, which probably favours, as you say, Alana, Coldstream plays more into their hands. So if the game continues in this form, and I'm sure that Derek Shaw will be trying to get his charges to play the game more open, because if it stays like this, you get the feeling that Coldstream, if it's a scrap, Coldstream will win.
That's my feeling of it, and that's kind of, I suppose, how I would see the two sides' differences. And if you have a look at the players out on the field, Coldstream probably do have the bigger bodies, the stronger bodies, but not saying they certainly do still have some runners and some players with run and carry. So if you look at Carrigan and also, as we've spoken a lot about, Cole Madjock as well, like he provides a fair bit of run for them too. And they do have some really highly skillful players as well. That kick from Price to Odermatt, it was a very well-placed kick. He knew that Odermatt could run onto it. He knew the capabilities of the person he was giving the ball to, and he backed him in.
Well,
didn't fail.
Sorry, he's the sort of player, hasn't had too many opportunities in this first half, but he only really needs just 1 or 2, and he'll take. And the other guy that I liked too, particularly towards the back end of that half, was Ryan Kerr, who came into the game nicely.
Yeah, I agree. He probably started off a bit slowly, probably limited game time too, so probably through no fault of his own, but most definitely started getting his body in the right places across half back, and was able to stop a few of those forward forays as well. I really liked Jesse Hockey's game from Whitehorse. I thought he's been really good. The McDougals have been really good, and obviously Dalglish, he's the only multiple goal kicker on the field, and he's looked really lively when he's been in and near about that football.
I think one of the key reasons the Whitehorse Pioneers are looking the better side at the moment is their dominance in the ruck through James Duclos, Brett. I reckon he's won at least 75% of the hit-outs to advantage.
Look, he has, but having said that, Troy Madjock said, he's been fair. I mean, he's given him a good contest, and he's a terrific athlete. But you're right, Duclos, just with the experience, he's a bigger body, and he's not as athletic as Troy, but he gets up there and he does win the bulk of the taps. That's right.
He's one of those players, I wish you had 2 or 3 of him. You'd have one in the ruck, one at half back, and then maybe one as a goal sneak. But, I would like to see going against the wind this quarter, Cole. So maybe throw Magic behind the footy and try and create some running carry, because they're going to have to work the footy up the ground. They can't bomb it long. There's going to have to be a lot of handballs, a lot of taking grass and trying to gain some forward momentum, Alana.
Yeah, agreed. And who do you think out of these two sides, who do you feel for Whitehorse can probably give them a little bit more, and likewise for Coldstream, who do you feel like could be those players that just really give them a little bit of a spur and potentially win the match?
Well, I think if you're the Whitehorse on ballers, Brett Mav Gleed, he's been
definitely
solid so far, but him and Mitch Ward, they can get into the game
Yep.
and play some footy. Mitch Ward, people forget, he's a Division 1 senior footballer who's come back to his home club to try and rejuvenate some spark into their club and help them along. If he can get himself into the game, he's one of the more, let's say, defensive on ballers, but if him and Gleed can get into the game, look out.
Absolutely, and Mav Gleed's a terrific player, and I really like Noah Khan as well. He gives him great speed off halfback, so if he can get a bit of run going and they can get on the outside and get away from this contested stuff that we've been playing, and then the likes of Gleed and co get the ascendancy through the middle. And I mean, I don't mean to go on about this, but poor old Padbury, I mean, he might as well be on a deserted island in Bali having a holiday because he's just got nowhere near it again for the second week in a row. So he needs to get out of the game more as well.
And I think that's a bit of credit to the coaches that are coaching against him too. They've obviously played against him a couple of times throughout the season, or at least once, and they know what he can do. They know where he goes. They know his running patterns, his movement, and they've just mandied him up and played him really well. So I think that's probably part of it. I mean, another part of it is that, you know, he has been the main goal kicker, so they put more attention into him as well. And probably the forward entries, they haven't really delivered it and lowered their eyes as well as what they probably can and probably have in other instances.
Charles Thorne's probably another player for the Pioneers who needs to take his game to the next level.
Absolutely,
it's funny that all the boys in the skivvies today, pardon me, have struggled to get into the game a little bit. Maybe they should swap the skivvies for the singlet to maybe get themselves into the game. A bit of a hoodoo. But,
too warm, too comfortable, you reckon?
Yeah, I reckon they're just...
Mate, if they swapped the singlets out there today, we wouldn't finish this game. Everyone would be off with hypothermia.
Yeah, but I reckon if Thorne can get his hands on the footy a bit more, maybe he's seeing a little bit of run and carry, maybe a little more from Caleb Webb, who's playing on the wing. He's got his hands on the footy a little bit, but he's panicking a little bit. Obviously, one of his first senior games for the season in a finals campaign, which obviously makes it quite nervy, Alana. But do you think this breeze is going to play an impact? Obviously, BWS said it chops and changes.
It's died down a little bit, so I don't think it's going to be too much of a factor. I was just going to say the player for Coldstream that I'd probably like to have a bit more impact and stand up and really take the game by the horns is their coach, their playing coach, Michael Cardamone. He's been a bit quiet today, but we know what he's capable of, and it only probably takes 5 or 10 minutes of some really good play for him to get on the end of a few goals. So let's hope that he can do that for them. Let's hope that a couple of the Whitehorse guys can get involved that we've spoken about and really amp this contest up and get some more goals on the board to really make it more exciting.
I certainly agree with that one, Alana. I think if this quarter they can leave Leotamat deep at home, maybe Carter's at his feet, it should make for a very interesting second half of footy. But how do you see it playing out, Brad? Who's going to get the chocolates?
Look, as I said, I'm still on the Whitehorse bandwagon. I think if they can get that run going on the outside, if they can get away from this contest, as I said before, if it stays contested and it stays really tight like it is, I think Coldstream will win. But I think if they can get on the outside, if Noah Khan and the likes can, and Thorne, etc., can get their run going and they can get the ball forward, I still think Whitehorse can get up. But of course, the conditions will play a part as well. At the moment, it's fine. There's no rain. But if the rain pulls down in the last quarter, it's probably going to be to Coldstream's benefit because it's going to mean the game's going to get really scrappy and tight, and it's probably going to. But I'm still on the Whitehorse bandwagon.
Yeah, I think it's going to shape up to be a very good final game here. Obviously, Brett, it is sudden death. Lose and you go home, win and you got a derby, and your finals destination will be here at Walker Park next weekend. They'll take on Forest Hill. And I think if this game has anything to do with next week's entailing, both teams will need to kick a lot more goals, Brett.
Absolutely, yeah. Forest Hill, I mean, they did very well yesterday, as we spoke about. They're without their big full forward at the moment, Carnelli. They didn't seem to miss him yesterday because they still did the job. So, yeah, you've got to kick goals to win finals. But having said that, finals can be a lot more defensive-oriented than the matches throughout the season. The regular season matches, so defence is also massive when it comes to finals as well.
Yeah, that it certainly is. But as the umpires come back out to the ground here, we'll get our giggles back so we can have a break before we go into the action. But it's been a great first half here at Mitcham as Raymond brings in a big plate of hot dogs to look after the media team. We're at Walker Park. We can confirm not Walker Reserve. This is Walker Park here at Mitcham. The scores are 4-4-28 apiece. It's a cracking game of football so far between Whitehorse and the Pioneers, as I'll just talk amongst myself before Raymond jumps back on and we ask him what his thoughts were on the first half. Me and Brett were just talking before, and we think both teams need to hit the scoreboard and make more of an impact.
Look, yeah, I think that what will happen now, you'll see in this second half, the game's got to open up, okay? At the moment, we've got blue skies. It's been a bit rainy and a bit of hailstones and all that, and it was a game that was a lot of stoppages. But what usually happens in these finals games now is that one side will get a bit of a run on. They'll open the game up, and I hope that we see that, Gus. But look, first quarter, well, it was all Pioneers, you know. They kicked 3 goals, 3 to 1 point. But then in that, and even at the start of that second quarter, Coldstream, they kicked a couple of early goals, and they looked like they were going to get on a good roll there. But the Pioneers, they pegged them back a little bit, and we go into half time with the scores level. I mean, it can only get, how good's that? It's been a terrific contest, let's say that. The skills haven't been that good by both sides, but as I said, I'm quite sure the game's going to open up.
The old turn the microphone trick on. Who needs to step up for both teams today, Raymond, in order to get their side across the line?
Look, what I was thinking of doing, if I was coaching Coldstream, I would move Leo Matt into the midfield. This has been done many times before, because look, he's not really been although he kicked that last goal after the siren, he hasn't really been an effective player that we know what he can do. So I would move him into the midfield, and I would, they moved Mojak into the ruck from the wing. I would leave him in the ruck because if he wants a rest, put him back on the wing, because he was at least making a contest in the stoppages, because before that Charles Thorne was just absolutely dominating.
I love how you say if he wants to rest, have a rest on the wing.
Well, that's right. Now,
the post position where you do the most running.
Don't take him off the ground. Some players you don't take off the ground. You just move them to another place where they don't have to do that jumping and bullocking ruck work. No, look, I would leave him on the ground, because to me he's been a too valuable player to take off.
Who wins from here, Raymond?
I still back Coldstream in.
Yeah, I think it's going to be
I just think the bigger bodies of Coldstream, as the game goes on, they're going to get stronger and stronger.
Yeah, really looking forward to seeing how this second half plays out. Coldstream are back on the ground early as they get their bodies ready to go. The umpires are back out on the ground, and I've got a feeling that the senior coach of the Whitehorse Pioneers, Derek Shaw, will be giving his boys a quite heavy rev up, trying to get themselves up and about for this next half of football. Like I said before, 4-4-28 is the score as the Pioneers come back out onto the ground. I'll try and find an update for you in the other game which is taking place today, which is Heathmont and Scoresby. And at half-time, we have a 4-point ball game. It's the Heathmont Jets 1-8-14, Scoresby 2-6-14. So that tells me, Raymond, if you're going to join us, because I can't just talk amongst myself, that the Heathmont Jets have had plenty of opportunity to score, but not converting with 1 goal 8.
Well, it seems like that, yeah, but then is that because of the harassment that the Scoresby defenders are putting on them? We don't know. All we can go is by the scoreline. But once again, that's certainly there's a game on down at Glen Waverley as well.
That it certainly is, Brett Best, and that's a cracking game of football, this one.
This one?
Yeah, this one right here, as well as Heathmont and Scoresby, 4-point ball game.
Indeed, this game is it's interesting in the sense that it's tight and it's close, but you wouldn't say it's one of the classic games. Certainly not the sort of game you'd want to watch back on probably DVD. But look, it could open up in the second half, as we spoke about. I mean, the Pioneers, that's how they're going to have to play it. I'd be really surprised if they try and go back into this contested approach. I mean, Coldstream are going to try and keep it tight, but Whitehorse, if they're going to win, they've got to try and spread it, and this will be the key to winning the game. So it's all locked up out here at Walker Park. I can tell you it's 4-4-28 apiece on the scoreboard. That's the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. And we've got the players back out on the grounds. And Whitehorse Pioneers just clearing away from their huddle. So there's, as I say, it'll be very interesting to see what Derek Shaw has said to his charges at half-time. I think the Coldstream side, they'd probably be pretty happy with the situation. And I reckon that wind may have died right down as well. He might pop down when he's finished his pie and have a chat to our man on the sideline, Ben Warren-Smith, and see what's going on conditions-wise.
And body language-wise, they both look pretty positive, both look pretty upbeat. There's no one out there that's looking that their head is down or that they've just had a massive spray, because I don't think giving either team a massive spray at halftime is really going to have done anything to them other than make them to start second guessing and doubting themselves. So it was more, I would feel that it would be more about giving them confidence, giving them positivity, and really just encouraging them to take the game on and to take the opportunity to win the game.
And I'm glad that Michael Cardamone heard my halftime speech then, because he got Moljak straight onto the bench, boys.
He won't be on there for long though, Ray, I dare say. Too valuable to be sitting on the pine.
No one wants to ride the pine. So there's the siren as we get set to go in this third quarter. We are locked up. It couldn't be any tighter as the umpire comes in with sun streaming down on Walker Park. Up they go. Nice little hit out there by Hockey. Gets it down and the ball is hurried forward. Can someone get on the end of it? It's a bit of a contest there, but the ball pops out. Once again, it's a little bit untidy, but it's towards the goal square, and it just bounced away at there, and that was dangerous for the Pioneers, but they managed to extricate themselves in the hands of Farley. And he gets it down the line. That's Thorne. They're in a bit of trouble here, the Pioneers. They need to get this out as Thorne gets it down towards half-back. Bounces past, I think it was Hockey there. And it's going to come back, knocked forward. And a good tackle by Tippett, but he's not rewarded. In fact, the ball goes out of bounds in the end. Good strong tackle there by Marcus Tippett. It was on Daniel Price. Price has played well. He's had a good game.
Sassia really should have talked to Price then, because he could have got the ball to, you know what I'm trying to say, kick the ball.
Kicks the footy.
Thank you. Sorry, guys.
Don't worry, we've all been guilty of that one, Alana, as the ball comes back towards the likes of Newton. The ball goes across the boundary line. Boundary throw in right in front of our broadcast position. Walker Park here in Mitcham.
Add it to my blooper reel.
Don't worry, Alana, there's plenty of them for me as well. The whole media team, we've got plenty of bloopers this season, as it has been a great year for us in the media team. Odomat getting his hands on the footy.
Bar one.
By UB Warren Smith. As well we go. Long, good sprawl coming across the back there from Dean Sassia. I don't know who that one is you guys are referring to, but might be the 1-1. Well, I'll just be quiet now.
Yeah, I'll just do some talking, Gus.
Add that to the reel.
BWS, can you tell us if there's been any change in condition wind-wise down there?
No, it's all much of the same, mate. To be honest, it's still favouring Whitehorse in this third term, pushing across the ground. But look, at the end of the day, we've seen it on both ends. You can kick goals either side, so it's just about using the football properly, going down the corridor. The best way home is the straight way.
So, nothing much in the way of open play so far in this quarter as the ball gets thrown in, and there's immediately a whistle. And it's going to be a free kick to the Whitehorse Pioneers. No, in fact, it's the Coldstream, so no, in fact, the umpire's going to throw it in again by the looks. And third time lucky. Not a lot of urgency. Everyone just sort of standing around at the moment. They look like a bunch of old farmhouse hens as the ball goes in. Getting the front spot there, and it's fallen for, I think it was Craig who gets the kick away downfield, but it's to no one in particular, and they won't keep that in. Chasing after it, but the Coldstream player was Odomat, but he couldn't keep it in, and it's gone out of bounds. So, sun streaming across Walker Park. All locked up at 4-4-28 in this absorbing match. A really tight tussle, bit of a game of chess as the ball is hacked forward inside 50. Knocked away towards the boundary line, Gleeds over there, but there's about three Coldstream players ahead of him, and they see it out. Appeals for something over there, I'm not quite sure what that was. Darcy Carrigan had the hands out, and the umpire says we'll just throw it on again, boys.
One thing I've noticed this quarter, I think Coldstream are having the better of the stoppages this quarter, whereas in the first half it was Whitehorse.
Fair comment as the ball comes in, getting forward. The throw was quite a short one in the end, and going forward was Hockey. And once again, it's out of bounds on that forward pocket. So a scrappy start once again to this third quarter. One gets the feeling this is going to be a very low-scoring game. We're hoping for it to open up, but no signs that it's going to do so at the moment.
So we'll have a boundary throw in now. Coldstream's forward 50. Tap one down there by Fritsch. And I think it's gone out of bounds on the full that it has. So the ball's going to go to the Pioneers. In the hands now with Josh Bevis. Not a lot of options presenting, so he goes long down the line. Good intercept mark taken there by Price. Sorry, LaRusso to the top of the goal square. Cardamone, can he mark it? I think it's kept alive there. Not Cardamone in the end. Nonetheless, it's Odomat. He snaps across the body. I think Odomat's kicked this one. He has. What a great finish there from Lee Odermatt. Made something out of absolutely nothing. Alive there, not Cardamone in the end.
No, it was actually 48.
Odermatt, he snaps across
Pignataro.
Way to throw me off there, Raymond. I was going to say, he's got tattoos in the first half and they've gone in the second. Nonetheless, Johnny Pignataro kicks a goal. The Whitehorse Pioneers and the Bendigo Bank scoreboard trail now to Coldstream 5-4-34. Whitehorse Pioneers 4-4-28. We've played 5 minutes here at Walker Park on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
Now that's an important goal to Coldstream as well, because we haven't seen many scored up that end of the ground, and to get one up there, it certainly is a good effort.
So back into the middle, Hockey got the tap for the Whitehorse Pioneers. Can they respond quickly? They won't want to concede 2 in a row in such a tight game. This game could get away quite quickly, but it's the Coldstream side in there. That might have been a push. Odermatt, I think it was, he shoved a player out of the way, but the umpire said no, it was just a fair contest, and we'll have the ball up. So it's Coldstream by a kick. A little bit of a Hail Mary it was, but Pignataro will take it, I'm sure. As the ball goes onto the ground, going on top of it was Craig, and he's wrapped up by Gleed on the ground. And a ball up. So you just wonder how many goals are going to be kicked in this game, because there hasn't been a lot so far. And he's to throw the ball up again. Now it comes out. Looking for it there was Thorne on the ground, but it's been wrapped up again, and we'll have another ball up. I think if we all had $5 for every ball up we had today, we'd all be millionaires and wouldn't be sitting here. Up it goes. Here's the tap over the top, and once again it's come out of the pack, but it's going to be wrapped up again. Good tackle in there by Farley on the ground, and Tippett trying to rip it out, and once again can't get it out.
Cross down.
So we go boundary side with Ben Warren Smith.
I've got $5 for you, Brett. Do you want to switch, mate?
So the ball comes up now. Tap one forward there by Pignataro and Clayton. We're going inside now. Ball just pinballing around the top of the 50 here. Good tackle there from Cardamone, the coach of the Coldstream Footy Club. So a bit of a scrap forming here. We need to get some clear footy. Pignataro's going to go up in the ruck. He won the tap. Carter's is there. What can he do with it? What he said over the footy from Carrigan. I think we'll have a bit ball up once again. So ball up now on the paint of 54 Coldstream. Pignataro on the tap trying to find Craig. Diving on the footy there was Price. And a good strong tackle applied there by Charlie Thorne.
Pignataro's been involved in a lot so far this quarter. Talking about players that maybe been a bit quiet in the first half. He's definitely started this one quite well.
Getting into the game now as the ball is tapped out towards the boundary, but it's been hooked back across the face and just off target. My word, that was almost a goal out of nothing, and it slides through for a point. Took everyone by surprise, and it's taken the margin out now to 7 points, so out beyond a kick now. And predictions of the game potentially opening up, not really coming to fruition so far. It's still a fairly tight tussle, a little bit ugly almost, in the hands of Ryan, and Chris Ryan will bring it back in for the Pioneers. Where's he going to go? Sends it straight down the ground. They go for it, but it was Coldstream who got to the front spot, but it's fallen nicely there for McDougall. That's Christopher McDougall, and now they can get some run off half back. Here's an opportunity. The kick inside 50. Can they hit the target? Bouncing around, it was almost that. It's going to be Padbury. He's going to get an absolute gift. Andrew Padbury. It was
and he swapped from the skivvy. I've called it.
He has. Great week inside 50. You've got to put it down to target, because if you watch the replay, Duke Clay created the contest, and he took, I think it was Dale out of the way, and it fell into the hands of Padbury, who ran into an open goal, and the man who's really done next to nothing in this game suddenly gets on the scoreboard. Big goal.
And that's a great goal by Whitehorse, because Coldstream had all the play in the first 8 minutes or so of this quarter inside their forward 50, and to run the ball from coast to coast and end up with a goal like that, that's the sort of thing that can turn the game.
And really good foot passing by Batako too.
Yeah.
So won the tap out, and the clearance there was Ward, and the as far as Price. Price goes down the line, kept inbound there by Dickinson. Goes backwards to go forward. Dickinson's dispossessed. Umpire says we'll have a boundary throw in. So it's heated here, and a bit of push and shove between Batako and Dickinson. Sorry, McInerney. And the free kick going the way of the retaliator. So Pioneers go long. The target there was Tippett. And a good spoil coming across the back there from Cecilia.
So, throw in for on the far side of the grounds. Margin is 7 points at the moment. And by to throw it in, Duclos goes up against Clayton. They've had a good duel today, taking the ball away. There was McDougall, that's Christopher McDougall, on the ground, but he's wrapped up in a good tackle, and the umpire says we'll have a ball up. So, sun's still out here. Looks like we might have seen the last of the rain. Well, I hope I haven't put the mocker on it. I probably have. Up it goes. Getting up there and winning the tap was Coldstream. Picked up beautifully on the ground by McDougall again. Tippett in there looking for it. Now Glebe. And it's a nice work in there, and that might be holding the ball. No real. Wow. I thought there might not be too much prior there, but possibly a fair call. Daly the tackler by McDougall again. Tippett in there looking for
25 here, I think.
Yeah, 25.
Glebe. And
LaRusso, I think it was, that gave that one away.
Yeah, good tackle though by Daly. The umpire was right on the spot, so good call. So an opportunity now for the Whitehorse Pioneers.
This will be 2 goals that Coldstream have given away from free kicks inside the Whitehorse forward 50, which is a bit disappointing, particularly by some of their more experienced players today.
So here's a little kick and it's there. So an easy goal in the end, a bit of a gift. And the Whitehorse Pioneers through Daly, Jacob Daly. He did the work, of course, with the tackle, catching the player in possession. And then just a basic kick from about 10 or 15 metres out. I think even you could have kicked that one, Ray.
Oh, thanks, Brent. I only say yes because the wind would be behind me going that end, but the other end, no way. But no, look, Coldstream will be very disappointed there. The lack of discipline, you know. These guys have played enough football to know now, particularly in finals, you don't just give free kicks, 30-metre, 25-metre penalties like that. You know, the game's too valuable.
So ball up in the centre of Walker Park. Walk on the clearance. Goes to his teammate with a handball. Khan trying to keep it alive. This kick from Mitch Ward to the top of the goal square. It looks good, but it's gone to the left-hand side. So on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, they're starting a buffer to create now for the Pioneers. 6 goals to 5-41. Coldstream 5-5-35.
So they kick in again from Coldstream. They're only a kick behind, but you just feel like the tide has just swung in the last few minutes. Whitehorse just starting to get on top, but it's been that way all day, just ebbing and flowing. Now the ball falls for Padbury. Padbury taking a good tackle, but the umpire says free kick.
Wow.
I'm not quite sure. May have ruled he was taken without the ball there, or maybe
he was hung on too long in the tackle. He was tackled, he got rid of it, and he was still hung.
And so Padbury looking around for options. Been a quiet day for him today. I'm sure he'd love to get on the scoreboard. He's got a long kick in front of him, probably a bit beyond him maybe. It's going to come up short. Going up there for it. Good work by Dale. In fact, it was Fritz, I think. And knocked away towards the boundary line. And the whistle's gone. What does the umpire say?
On the full.
On the full over there.
Yeah.
And so, just the one kick in it at the moment. 6-5-41. Plays 5-5-35 on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
Well, it's in the hands of Matty McCormick. Good play to have the footy with. He sends it long. It's going to go top of the square. Might have the legs, but it's fisted through. Good spoil there from the ruckman.
That was an excellent kick for goal. Just touched on the goal line.
So, Coldstream will kick the ball back in through the likes of Aaron Brown. Kicks to himself. Looking come broadcast side. Kicks ordinary. Charlie Thorne, not really should have tapped. Charlie Thorne has a shot for goal. This will be another great goal for the Pioneers, and it is! Charlie Thorne intercepted the kick out, and this goes bang straight over the goal umpire's head. What Charlie a great piece of defensive play, turn attacking. And let's cross down to Ben Warren Smith on the boundary line.
He's the main contender at this stage. Thorne there for the Vibro goal of the day.
Great work from you, Ben Warren Smith on the boundary line. Benny, how's the wind like in the second half?
Oh, it's like I'm on repeat down here. The wind's the biggest topic in Melbourne at the moment. But no, nothing's changed down here, guys. It's still heading toward the Whitehorse end. It's still pushing towards that scoreboard. It's going to be a very interesting last 40 minutes.
So back-to-back goals for Whitehorse. Is the time theirs now? Is it an opportunity now to really take this game by the scruff of the neck? You'd think Coldstream would want to get the next one, and they do have possession of the ball, but it's a scrubby old kick inside 50, cut off there by Whitehorse. Good tackle though, the ball spills clear in the hands.
Free kick.
It's a free kick.
To Odermatt, holding the man. So, no, it's not. It's Pignataro again.
So Pignataro.
Just when that goal was kicked, guys, I was looking at the emotion of Derek Shaw. He actually took one of his hands out of his pocket and scratched his nose. The guy shows no emotion whatsoever.
Let's go down boundary side very quickly with Ben Warren-Smith.
Ray.
No, well, they very much, they look similar, mate.
So Pignataro, he'll be kicking from about 45 by the time he strikes it. He's hit it pretty well, but the umpire's moving away.
The win.
To the left, and an opportunity for the Coldstream side, but Pignataro off target.
The win, that old chestnut.
He is definitely the man that is needing to be contained from a Whitehorse perspective, looking dangerous for Coldstream.
7-6-48, plays 5-6-36 on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
Great work there, Brett Best, and the ball comes long. Good spoil there from Clayton. Coldstream trying to go forward.
Well
Tap forward by Brown. Pignataro's there. He picks it up, tries to bust through the pack. Kicked out long now from the Pioneers, was smothered. Cardamone, Brown, tackled hard, should be holding the ball here. What does umpire say? He'll ball it up. Good defensive pressure there from the Pioneers, trying to hold on to their 12-point lead they've created. 15 minutes gone on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard here in the Division 4 elimination final. Handball's at the back, kicked long there from Ryan. Ward dives and dishes through two. Pignataro, LaRusso, top of the goal square. Odomat, dispossessed, chumming through the back there. Was Connell. He goes long towards the boundary line. Dalgleish and a big hip and shoulder. I think the umpire will bring it back. Odomat, dispossessed, chumming through the back there. I think he copped the hit. So he gave away the hit.
I don't think there was much in that. I really don't. He wasn't late. He just hip and shoulder. He hit the body. Wasn't head high. Definitely not a free kick.
Ben Warren-Smith, what happened there?
The definition of not a free kick. That was good, hard footy. Absolutely baffled right in front of me.
And it wasn't late or anything.
So nonetheless, the footy's in the hands of Daniel Verstegen.
Wow.
And that could have been a great counter-attack for the Pioneers. I bet you Jem wouldn't have blown a whistle there. As the footy goes long. Good, strong pack forms. That one actually is Lee Odomat. He goes to the top of the goal square, trying to find a Cougars jumper. Running back with the flight there is McDougall of the Michael variety. He goes over the top, finds his teammate there in Ryan. Ryan back to McDougall. Chip kick in bounds. Spoiled over the back there from Wagner. Good hands from Coltrera. Top of the goal square, the centre 50. Odomat!
Oh, nice.
With a big back mark. Ryan super defensive pressure there from bounds. Keeping the footy in their forward half. As Ben Warren-Smith gives me a big grin saying, I don't know what he's saying, but he's giving me a big smiley grin.
Ben, can you tell me who marked that one, mate? I missed it.
Also, the big cheer was for you, Raymond. Odomat finally took one for you.
Thanks, mate.
Lee Odomat to put his second on the board and bring it back to a one-kick ball game. He'll kick from 25 metres out straight in front. Off the left boot, and it's gone across to the right-hand side. He just stabbed at that one. And on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, it's the Whitehorse Pioneers, 7-6-48. Coldstream, 5-7-37. We played 7.5 minutes here at Walker Park in Mitcham.
Alana, I just get a feeling momentum's starting to switch towards Coldstream.
Yeah, that intercept mark from Coltrera was absolutely outstanding there on the wing. He read it like a book and he attacked it like a steam train.
And so back in the middle of the ground, it's heading towards the Whitehorse Pioneers, though, into the ground. Good tackle, Cummins on there, and the ball spills out. It's getting pretty willing in there, and it's gone right out to the far side. Christopher McDougall, can he do something? He evades a tackle. Now he gets a short kick inside. Can he find a target? Going in there was Padbury, and he's got it. Andrew Padbury finally gets onto one. To the far side. Back from his holiday on the deserted island in Bali. To tackle. Now he gets a short kick inside.
And the game has opened up a little bit, guys. Just as we were watching for it to happen, it has, and we're seeing some good marks. We're seeing some passages of play, and we're getting some run. And
so Padbury, it's not an easy kick. He's got a fair bit of angle to work with. Gets a bit of a raspberry from the crowd as he kicks it, and he's got it. Andrew Padbury finally gets on. In fact, that's his second for the day. And that is a big goal on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard as the Whitehorse Pioneers kick away 8-6-54 to 5-7-37 as we go boundary side with Ben Warren-Smith.
Yeah, and look, Coldstream in the last few minutes, they've had the run of play, and then all of a sudden Whitehorse got that run on. It was scrappy football out the side, but they worked the ball forward. They were tapping it forward. It wasn't pretty, but they got it inside 50. Great mark and great goal. Fantastic stuff, Pioneers.
So back out to a 13-point margin here at Walker Park in Mitcham. Too close, tries to go the big hip and shot only as far as Brown. Brown goes long, dropped the chest mark there. Was Dalgleish. Madjock, handballs back inside, intercepted, and he tackles a big bloke there. It was Noah Khan. Umpire's going to ball it up. Our favourite umpire in the AFL, Jen Devendish.
Well, yours. 17-point margin too, Gus. Giving me stick about my maths before.
I said it in general. Wasn't about you. It's about all of us. We're footy commentators, not mathematicians. As the footy comes back in, McCormick, big crunching tackle applied. Pignataro smothered. Odermatt's there, so's Brown. Nonetheless, McCormack runs and streams with the half-back line. Not a lot presenting, so he goes long in the Padbury direction. Noah Khan's there, a good strong mark taken by Adam Whale. True centre half-back position. He's a big man, Adam Whale. Comes inbound to the other ball player, Ryan Kerr. Ryan Kerr's kick's a good one. He made Daniel Price work for it. In front of Odermatt's coaching box, trying to keep it alive there, but it was smothered off the boot. Great defensive play there from the Pioneers. And in general, from Newton.
And so we'll have a throw in just forward of centre wing. Sun still shining here at Walker Park as the umpire sends it in. Up they go. Duclos got the tap. It's come down. Oh, it pops out on the Coldstream side though. A couple of players getting each other's way. One of those was Darcy Carrigan. The ball is hurried forward. And now they've got an opportunity. Now that's LaRusso, who gets it in. Can he find a target? It's a bit of a scrubby old kick. Choi is there, but he can't get there, and it's been tidied up nicely back there.
Good decision.
Umpire's whistle.
Holding the ball.
And it's a holding the ball. So Odermatt just took my eyes off the play there just for a split second. And Whitehorse at least were caught in possession. So Lee Odermatt will go back and he'll be kicking from probably just inside 50 by the time he hits this. This is a big kick, about 49 metres. He's hit it okay, but it's...
Got it.
Beautiful.
Yeah, he's got it. Lee Odermatt, that is his probably just goal for him. It's his second for the game. And Coldstream, well, they're not going away on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. They just get that bit closer. They've pulled it back to an 11-point margin, 8-6-54. Plays 6-7-43. The Whitehorse Pioneers by 11.
Yeah, and Odermatt had to kick that goal after missing the previous one. Yeah, that was harder. It was further out on a more of an angle, and missing the earlier one, he had to get that.
He's been lively, Otis.
He would have been lamenting that, but I just want to touch on Darcy Carrigan. His game in that midfield, you saw him put his head over that ball and just does it time and time again, and he's very, very skillful as well.
Chol won the tap, and Coldstream win the clearance, but nonetheless it's a free kick. I think it's in the hands of skipper Mav Gleed now. It is. Gleed, right in the centre of Walker Park, goes long. Padbury's the target. Tries to get first position. Punch came over the back there from Wagner. Plenty of numbers here for the Pioneers. Handballed forward by Newton. Over the top from Ward. Finds a teammate in Tippett. Running to the other goal. Tackled. Umpire should play holding the ball. They come backwards to go forward. Trying to find a teammate there in Dalgleish. Dalgleish is wrapped up by Chol.
Great spoil by Mojak then in defence.
Definitely, and the hit by Price, that attack on the player was very, very good too.
That it certainly was. Saved a certain goal there for the Pioneers, kept their team alive. Tap goes up, too close from the tap. Mitch Ward snapped across the body towards the top of the goal square, but in fact it's gone towards the top of the beer tent and out of bounds on the full.
It was up there with the best smother of all time.
Of all time?
Heath Shaw has the best smother of all time.
You reckon it was up there with Heath Shaw on Nick
It was that kind of desperation kind of effort, yep. Oh, that kick wasn't.
That's a shocking kick, and it's gone straight into the hands of Whitehorse Pioneers player Mitch Ward.
2010
grand final.
Best smother that ever happened in the
Remember
entire history of the AFL.
Saints lost the grand final?
Right.
So
wasn't it a smother?
It was a smother, 100%.
Smother off the beat. Mitch Ward, let's get back to the game, boys and girls. Mitch Ward lining up. This is a big kick as he comes in. He's hit it on the right boot. How does it look?
Got it.
I think he's got it. He has. Mitch Ward. It's a good kick, so that's his first of the day. And just when Coldstream was starting to get something going, lining up, the Pioneers have struck back. That is their 9th of the day. We just wait for the scoreboard to flick over 9-6-60. Plays 6-7-43 on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, and Mitch Ward with his first of the day.
And that Coldstream player that kicked it straight to him, I can't see which number he is. He's got his hands on his hips. He's got his hands on his hips over there.
Dickinson, I think it was.
Yeah, he's just looking a bit dejected.
Let's cross boundary side to Ben Warren Smith.
What a huge goal that was in the context of this game. All of a sudden you thought Coldstream had a little bit of ascendancy. Whitehorse pounced. They take the opportunity and once again they go forward.
So they do go forward now. Intercepted there from Coldstream. Knocking the ball forward was Carrigan. Only as far as Tippett. Tippett snapped towards top of the goal square and a mark's been taken by Kerr. So Kerr goes long on the right boot. Price at the target. Good spoil. Came across the back from McCormick.
Oh, good smother.
Was smothered by Magic. Now they're off to the races now. Long kick from the Russo. Top of the goal square. Who can they find? And a good strong mark.
Free kick to Carrigan.
Free kick showing to Darcy Carrigan. He looks a bit rushed here. I don't know why Alana's barracking for Darcy Carrigan.
I've liked his game and I want him to kick the goal.
On that he has Alana go straight over the goal umpire's head. Darcy Harrigan goes bang. And what a great response from the Coldstream Footy Club on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. It's Whitehorse 9-6-60, Coldstream 7-7-49. We've played 25 minutes at BWS. This game's anyone's.
It's definitely exciting down here, so there's no doubt about that. Look, the crowd's not big, but they're full of voice now. It's anyone's game. Exciting. Who doesn't like goal for goal? And Alana, you were right. It was a smother.
And look,
blocked that out for a very, very long time.
And Darcy Carrigan, I agree with you. Look, he has been one Coldstream player that has played three very good quarters so far.
So back in the middle, it's an 11-point margin. Just when you think one side gets on top, the other comes back, and it's that sort of game, and it's much more open in the second half. Padbury taken to the ground. Joy's got his hands on it, but was it dropping the ball? No, the umpire's his play on, giving him a bit of poetic licence. Goes to Dickinson, bursts away. The ball is on the ground. Going to ground with it was Connell. Tom Connolly's had a fair game too now. It comes out, chased there by one of the Whitehorse players. It's going to go down towards number 5, and that is Price. He's had a good game too, Daniel Price. And he's drawn the free kick. In fact, it might even be a mark. But either way, he's got the ball, and he'll take it across half-back and kick in the face of Jude Clay. But it's not a great kick, and the mark is taken. So an opportunity now. It's Dalgleish. Dalgleish with a short kick, and that's just too easy for the Pioneers. Brad Farley was just standing there on his own.
Once again, the options coming out of defence
so an opportunity now. It's Dalgleish.
Part of their play that's really let them down today.
Well, that was just ridiculous. Dalgleish just chipping it to Farley, who was standing. He could have built a house, the amount of real estate he had standing around him. And he will go back. So immediately as Coldstream get back within touch, he's got an opportunity to kick the Pioneers away. Farley, he's on the left boot. But he's missed it.
Nah,
he
wasn't going to kick that
goal. Good call, Alana.
Yeah, I'm onto it today.
Heading to the left, so the margin is out to 12 points. So it's 2 straight kicks, 9-7-61. Play 7-7-49 on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
So to bring the footy back into play is Brown. Sorry, Price, I should say. He goes short, finds his teammate.
Learnt from his lesson last time of going long,
that
went short this time.
Adam Dale. So Ryan Kerr. Ryan Kerr goes long. Chol of the Majak varieties there. Can't quite keep it alive. So they gained about 70 metres there, Coldstream. Got the ball out of their defensive 50. And we played 27 minutes here on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. So the boundary throwing true centre wing position. Going out down the ruck now will be Hockey and Chol. Hockey won the tap. Plenty numbers at the back, Mav Glee. Great tackle there from Magic. Going forward there, Dalgleish. A few other players there for the Pioneers. McInerney's there for Coldstream, and he sends it long. Good strong mark taken by Leota, Matt. 45 metres out on the boundary line. Goes towards the goal square. Pignataro, Coltrera. Snapped. Cardamone's there. What can come from this? Tackle there from Holding. Dalgleish sends the ball long out. Can he find a Pioneers jumper? No, he can't. Good strong mark taken there. I think it's McCarthy.
So McCarthy, they get it out for the moment, Whitehorse, but not for long because McCarthy looks a bit like Conor McGregor too as he gets the kick back down into the pocket. Up they go and a mark. Oh, no, we haven't heard yet.
I will find out because I'm interested.
So Whitehorse to work it across half-back. Goes right across to Farley. Farley with a handball over the top. Just got to be careful here, Whitehorse. There's a bit of danger, but they do get the kick away. But it's not a terribly convincing one. Cut off there beautifully by Hugon. But he can't get the mark. It's on the ground. He's struggling to get it away. It's in the hands now of McCormack. Nice one off half-back. Now they've got a chance to get out here, the Pioneers. Can't be long to play in this quarter, but that's a poor kick. And it's been cut off easily, and Coldstream will rebound. On kick forward. But again, there's plenty of Pioneers players back there. Falls into the hands of Craig. Now it's hurried inside 50. Can someone get on the end of it? Almost a mark taken by Odermatt. Goes to ground. Diving on it there was Thorne.
McCormick's actually coming, beat over. Is that his shoulder?
It looks like he has done it.
We'll get that in a minute as the Whitehorse Pioneers bring it out towards his far wing. Batako was there, but great mark taken over the top of Batako. That was Brendan Dickinson. Squares it across the grounds. A bit of a dangerous kick because Tippett was right there, but it was Hugel that took the mark.
Too high.
Gets a kick away toward, nasty one there, and it's been knocked down there by McDougall. It's Mike McDougall. He's got his hands on it too now. This would be a huge blow for Coldstream if they could get a goal here, but it's out of bounds for the moment.
And I think you did say, Brett, it is coming towards three-quarter time. Coldstream have got 2 extra players dropped back into their back half, and I feel like they're just trying to not have any more scores scored against them coming into three-quarter time, and if they happen to pinch a goal, they'll be ecstatic with that.
If you are interested, Floyd Mayweather has won the battle between Conor McGregor. We're giving you all sports updates here on Radio Eastern 98.1 as the siren sounds at three-quarter time. Ben Warren-Smith, you have a quick update for us on the condition of Matty McCormick?
Yeah, he's a little bit ginger, but he seems okay just sitting on the bench there. He's telling the trainers that he is okay, so I think he's just copped a heavy knock and a little bit ginger there, but he should be okay.
Let's have a break here on EFL Game Day. Whitehorse Pioneers 9-7-61, Coldstream 7-7-49. It is the elimination final here at Walker Park. Keep your dials locked to Radio Eastern 98.1.
Go Zebras! Can the Dockers!
Can the Eagles!
Up the Bulls! Go Zebras!
Tobin Brothers Funeral, serving all supporters in the Eastern Football League since 1934. Tobin Brothers Funerals, celebrating lives.
Program sponsor.
Tobin Brothers Funeral, serving all supporters in the Eastern Football League since 1934. Tobin Brothers Funerals, celebrating lives.
Program sponsor.
Nothing better than a companion to keep you up to date with all the latest when you're at the footy. Better still, one that fits in your back pocket. The Eastern Footballer is a must-read. All the latest information, team lists, feature articles and much, much more. Pick up your copy this weekend as you love it local across the Eastern Football League. Never miss out on the latest information on the Eastern Football League through the league's social media channels. Live updates, information and scores through the league's Twitter account. The latest news and views on Facebook. Don't miss EFL Game Day or the Match Footage Hub on YouTube. And all those EFL.org.au is the place to be online for all the latest on the Eastern Football League. Keep up to date by checking out the latest news and feature articles. Have your say in the EFL poll. Check out all the latest EFL videos, and best of all, you can listen back to any EFL radio program at any time. Head to EFL.org.au. The Eastern Football League. Local footy at its best.
Probably amongst my friends, I'm known for my sense of humour.
So people know me for my laid-back attitude.
I work too much and I play too much sport, and I'm a fantastic mum.
My striking good looks.
I can sing.
Do a lot of running and swimming and surfing.
My karaoke.
Getting overly passionate about sport.
I try to be there for everyone. I think that's what I would be known for in my group.
Be remembered for the great moments in your life. Find out more at tobinbrothers.com.au. Tobin Brothers Funerals, celebrating lives.
EFL Saturday Game Day continues. Let's head back and go local for your footy.
Welcome back out to Walker Park here in Mitcham. Of course, we are broadcasting the Division 4 elimination final between the Whitehorse Pioneers and the Coldstream Footy Club. It's the Pioneers with a 2-goal buffer at the moment, but of course Coldstream will be coming home with a wet sail razor towards the goal kicking end, which is the left hand side of the ground, so opposite to Maroondah Highway. The scoreboard end, as you turn your microphone on so we can hear what you are saying. Ray, cracking game of football starting to open up now.
Look, the first half it was very, well, it was a game of stoppages, that's all it was, you know, and we went in at half-time with the score level, and since then, look, as we expected, the game opened up. You know, I thought that Coldstream came out at the start of that third quarter. They looked as though they were going to really mean business. They had a lot of the ball up forward, but didn't put it on the scoreboard. And then towards the middle of that quarter, Whitehorse got a purple patch there where they just run the ball. Everything sort of went their way. They played some great football. They lowered their eyes when they went into the forward line. Pardon me.
And right
and Brett, like we said before, it was going to be a battle of two key forwards when with Padry and Odermatt, and both of them starting to get involved in the game a lot heavily now.
Yeah, we gave, well, at least I gave Padbury a fair bit of stick in the first couple of quarters because he just wasn't around, but he did get much more involved in the third quarter, which was good from a Whitehorse point of view. And that's absolutely right. The run from, we talked about that at halftime too, the run from the back across half-back from Whitehorse got a lot better too. And I thought they had some really good patches, but they just threatened a couple of times that they might kick away. They got a couple of goals in front. But this Coldstream side, they're like a bad smell. They just won't go away, will they?
Yeah, as we're about to cross boundary side to Ben Warren Smith. Ben, what was as we'll look to have a chat to him later on to find out what the message was from Coldstream in that first three-quarter time siren. But as we said before, Coldstream trailing by 12 points. Ben Warren Smith, what was the message at three-quarter time from Michael Cardamone?
Can't hear you, Ben.
Anyway, Coldstream are in position.
I just feel like the bigger bodies, as we often see in Division 4 football, could end up being the difference between the two sides today. Just having a little bit more strength around the contest and in the marking contest as well, that could just see Coldstream get over the line in, I suppose, what's been a really tight contest.
Yeah, that it certainly has. Players are already storming towards their positions. Are we sticking with our original tips? Brett, what are you?
Yeah, no, I'm still on the Whitehorse bandwagon. I thought they showed enough in that third quarter, and particularly if they can get some more run going. If it continues to be a contested game, you'd favour Coldstream, but I think Whitehorse have shown, particularly with the conditions now really nice out here, that they can get up and they could take this game, and I think they will.
Let's cross boundary side of BWS. What was the message from Cardamone and Coldstream?
Very hard to hear Carter's there in the three-quarter time huddle, of course. It potentially could be the last 30 minutes of football these guys play together for the year. His main message was that he believes that no one in Division 4 has worked harder across the pre-season than these boys, and that's what they've got to look back to, what they've worked for, what can they do in this final term. Their decision-making, he said that they've just been a little bit too indecisive and they've got to back themselves. Go straight, go direct. They've got the breeze. This is theirs to take. 30 minutes of football left, gents.
Brett Beston, take it away for the final term here at Mitcham.
We have the throw up in the first ball up in the first hit out, at least of the second or the last quarter. Hockey got it away, but it's Coldstream who take the ball clear and they could get the first inside 50. Long kick. It's a one-on-one contest, and the mark was almost taken there by Pignataro. He'd probably be disappointed. He could have taken that, but it was a good bit of work in the end by Christopher Ryan just to spoil.
But I just thought then that Pignataro, though, both players were going under the ball. I thought that he could have maybe shepherded the ball through then rather than going for the mark.
Might have been a fair comment, Ray, but he should have done better, really, as the kick comes out. But it's only as far as Hockey. And Hockey will turn, look for options up the line. And here's the kick up towards centre wing. More Coldstream players up there, though. There seems to have been all day as the ball goes to ground again and they work it down that line, but that's going to go out, I think, over there on that far side. No, good work in there, kept in by Whitehorse. And they can go inside 50 with a long kick down the wing, but that's a poor kick. But through the hands, and going back there on the ground was Dickinson. It might be holding the ball. The umpire says no, we'll let you off. As Padbury, I think, got the snap away, but
he's got it.
He's got it. He has got it. Andrew Padbury just joining on the spot. The ball it was a messy old contest. As we watch it, it was taken in there by Dickinson, and the ball spilled out. And then Padbury was just Johnny on the spot. He got it in a bit of a snap. I don't know if he was, didn't really take a lot of time, but a little bit of hit and hope. But it's gone through. Andrew Padbury gets his third goal of the day, and more importantly, the first of this fourth quarter, and the margin is out to 17 points. It's 10-7-67 to 7-8-50 on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, and that is a massive goal, guys.
That is a massive goal.
Is that a contender? Is that a contender for goal of the day?
For the Vibro,
yeah, probably could be
up
there.
The they can receive a $50 gym voucher for a deep tissue massage at the Croydon Gym for the Vibro goal of the day, as the ball gets balled up once again, right in the centre of Walker Park. So 67 plays 50, 17-point buffer to the Pioneers. Tap was one down there. Watch you close. Ball up once again in the centre circle. Up the bows to go. Umpire throws it up now. Running out towards the back there. The pack was Price. Price hold on to the footy for a long time now. Umpire might blow the whistle. He doesn't. So we'll ball it up. Getting closer and closer to the Pioneers' goal, and that's the way the Tap wants to go from Hockey. Trying to gain some yardage and get out in space here was Price. Goes long towards the boundary line, trying to keep it alive for the Pioneers. They do so successfully. Long kick. Coming back across the pack there was Farley. Tippett. Hands to Ward. Back to Tippett. Comes inbound now through McDougall. Trying to find Padbury. Couldn't quite do so now. Verstegen comes out to Kerr. Kerr tries to find Madjock. Good athleticism, but a good mark taken over the back there from Webb. Webb comes inbound and finds his teammate there in hockey. Sorry, Tippett, I should say. Comes out to Kerr. Takes that Kerr mark. Tries to find Madjock. Collected. Good athleticism, but a good mark taken over the 25-metre penalty for back chat. And this could actually be the icing on the cake. I know it's a big call, but this would be the biggest margin of any of the 3 games that have been played today. This kick should be an absolute shoe-in here from Tippett. He'll kick from 15 metres out, straight in front. You're going to back him in, Alana?
I've already written it down.
Knowing your form, Alana, he'll absolutely moz this. But nonetheless, here's Marcus Tippett for the Pioneers. Comes in, makes the goal umpire work for it, but it got in. Jeez. Alana, I reckon you almost did it then. That would have been an absolute cracker, but nonetheless, on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, the Whitehorse Pioneers go out to 11-7, 73, Coldstream 7-8, 50, 23-point buffer. BWS, that win must be well and truly gone now the way the Pioneers are playing.
Gus McLeod's favourite topic, yeah, it's certainly still in play, but I tell you what, it was interesting that 25-metre penalty. I actually thought it was Tiggy Touchwood, which way it would go in the marking contest. I thought it might have been in 25, it wasn't. You called it back chat. I'm calling it the umpire came in, just wanted to have his say on the situation, then paid it for that instant.
So Clayton got the tap out of the middle. This one could just about be gone, as Gus McLeod said. 4 goals if they get the next one. And they very nearly get a mark inside 50. Is that Khan with the ball just wheeling around? He got a handball off, and this could just about be the game.
They do go!
The face, but just off target. It was Michael McDougall. That would have made it a 5-goal game. And you'd have to say that just would have, it might actually be out at the moment, but you'd have to think that Coldstream have got to get the next goal.
Ben Warren-Smith limping off the ground here is Toddy Clayton, I think. We can find out what's up with him because the big ruckman looks sore. Nonetheless, the Pioneers go long inbound through Joel Dalgleish. Good intercept mark taken there by Daniel Craig. He's probably a contender for the Trojan Workhorse Award today. Comes out wide. Dean Cecilia. True centre wing position. Swings on the right boot. Poor kick. Thorne flies. LaRusso to Carrigan. Snapped across the body. Trying to put the football to advantage of Carrigan. Carrigan's running. He needs a clean pick up here. He doesn't quite get it. Beavis is there for the Pioneers. Odermatt! Oh, and his snap was too narrow. Goes across for a behind. He would have backed the big fella to kick that one in normally. But nonetheless, in the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, Whitehorse 11-8, 74. Coldstream 7-9, 51. 6 minutes played. Brett Besson as we cross down to Ben Warren-Smith.
Yeah, just on Toddy Clayton there, a little bit ginger coming off. It was his left ankle which was the problem. Too early to tell, but he might have just done stepped in something that went the wrong way, or he's been kicked, or he's been stood on. But I think he'll be okay.
Bad mistake there. Chris Ryan's kick out was intercepted by Coldstream, but the Coldstream have given it away, and it's back in the hands of Batako, I think it was. In fact, Newton. And the ball's been kicked out of bounds on that far side. So a comedy of errors in the last 30 seconds. 23 points the margin, so it's basically a 4-goal game on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, and you'd have to think that Coldstream must kick the next goal as the ball goes in. There's Madjock getting to the front spot, taps it down, nice work by Brown, and they work it down that far side. But it's been turned over for the moment. It's on the ground again. Trying to keep it in over there was Cardamone. Kicked some sort of banana inside 50, but it's... Oh, mark almost taken there. It was a close thing, but it goes to ground. Still looking there, looking for it for Coldstream. Desperately trying to get the ball clear, but I think it's going to be either out of bounds. In fact, it's been beautifully picked up over there by Connell, and he will run it away off half-back and get a kick down. And going up was taking the beautiful mark over there. And away they come, the Whitehorse Pioneers. Down the ground, Tippett almost got there. Goes in and gets it on the second attempt. He's been really good, Marcus Tippett, in this quarter. Goes to Khan. Khan gets it down the line. Front spot there was McDougall. Couldn't quite get it. Now it's back down towards the Coldstream end.
Smothered off the boot.
Smothered off the boot over there on the far side of the ground. And back in the hands. In fact, it's a free kick over there. So
throw.
It's a throw. So Coldstream get it infield. Taken by Dickinson. Dickinson on the left foot. He switches play. Kicks into the middle of the ground. Cecilia, here's an opportunity. And he's got it. He's put it through.
That is a contender for the Vibro betting goal of the day. Win a fight. You just $50 go. Vibro Gym deep tissue massage. All goes with our friends at Vibro. What a great goal that was, Brett Beston.
It was, but the missed tackle, guys. I don't know if you saw who that was, but Dean Ciceri was originally held, but whoever had him, they let him go, and he's run through and put it through. You've got to take your opportunities. But
nonetheless, there, Brett, it would have been a 50-metre penalty if he held
exactly, on. Yeah, exactly. So no, big goal for Ciceri, and it just gets Coldstream well. It gets them back into this game, keeps them alive.
Are they back in the hunt, Alana Ray?
Oh, look, they're still in because of the fact that they're kicking to that end of the ground. I do think, when we've seen in other quarters, you can score goals in a hurry down that end.
Well, here they go through Brown. Majak's there, handball over the top, good work there from the Pioneers, and Hockey, they go inside forward 50. Good strong mark taken there. I think the ball's in the hands of Khan. So Noah Khan goes short. Padbury takes a good strong mark on the chest. So he'll kick now from 35 metres out, 50, right on the boundary line. Taken there. I think the ball's in the hands of Khan. Thoughts on this goal? So Noah Khan goes short. Padbury.
Look,
back him in, so he misses.
Well,
make the game interesting.
We want a tight contest. All right, he's definitely going to kick this one, 100%.
So Alana's called it a shoe-in. If he kicks it in, Alana will say he's a genius. If he misses, it's a bad luck. He's got it. Andrew Padbury puts his third on the board for the Pioneers and sends the margin back out to a 4-goal buffer on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. It's 12-8-80 for the Pioneers. Coldstream 8-9-57. We played 9 minutes here. Ben Warren Smith, what's the vibe like down at ground level?
Cold.
Padbury's got his tail up though. He's up and about. He's kicked 4 now. And, he doesn't look like missing.
Look, he didn't kick a goal, Padbury, in the first half, but he's kicked 4 second-half goals. You know, he's certainly been a match winner for them.
He certainly has. He's presented nicely, and he's been one of the big reasons why Whitehorse are now on top in this game as Majak goes into the contest. At the ruck, knocks it down. Coldstream, they're trying to get it out. It's all a bit willing in there. McCarthy gets a kick away out towards the half-back flank. Chasing back there is Batako, I think it is. He's got it now. Wheels around, handball, one bounce, and then tries to float a funny old ball through, but it's falling then. They're off half-back again, the Whitehorse Pioneers. It's on a great kick, goes straight past Christopher McDougall. It's bobbing around all over the place. Brendan Dickinson now with possession. And back in the hands of the Pioneers, and they just thump it down the ground. It's not a great kick, but it's a one-on-one, and they've got a bit of an opportunity here, but good tackle in there. And, huge tackle over there, and that might be holding the ball, and the umpire's paid it.
That was sensational. He was in that original contest, ran 20 metres across, flat out to get to that second contest. If you're looking at second efforts, that was
huge tackle over.
Let's cross boundary side of Ben Warren Smith.
That's the tackle of the year right there.
Great call there from Michael McDougall, super tackle. As the ball floats into the forward 50, umpires paid a mark. Price into the middle of the ground. Which way will it fall? Foot race now between Ryan and Odermatt. Ryan wins the battle. He's going to be dispossessed. Should be paying hold on the ball. Umpire says play on. Put out the back of the pack now, running backwards with McCarthy. McCarthy applies a good strong tackle, and umpire Jen Devonishis will ball it up right on the paint of 45 metres out for the Cougars.
I also agree with you there. I thought it should have been holding the ball.
Good strong tackle there. So the Pioneers have the footy now turned over. Coltrero, top of the goal square. Where's Odermatt? Plenty of numbers flying. A free kick is going the way of Johnny Pignett. Is it Odermatt? It is Odermatt who's going to get the free kick. I thought it was Pignataro, turned over. But nonetheless, Odermatt's been given a free kick for holding. And this one shouldn't be too much trouble for him. He'll kick from 20 metres out, straight in front. They need this one more than ever, the Cougars. So Odermatt to bring it back to a 3-point ball game, and he's got it. He's got it. The Whitehorse Pioneers 12-8-80 playing Coldstream. 9-9-63. We've played 12 minutes here at Walker Park, and this game is well and truly back open, Ray.
Yeah, look, it's going goal for goal. Look, if Coldstream have got to get back in it, there's somewhere along the next 15 minutes or so, they must string a couple of goals together and really put the pressure back on Whitehorse. But look, Whitehorse, to me, they want the ball more. They've just got too much run at the moment. We spoke about the conditions earlier in the game, Alana, and we said if the rain stays in, the bigger bodies of Coldstream will win out, but it's gone the other way. The sun's come out. It's a run and carry of the Whitehorse Pioneers that's getting them over the line at the moment.
100%. The game's opened up and they're coming home with all the run.
Ben Warren Smith, I thought that free kick was a bit soft. Did you see it down there?
It was too close to call. I think it was umpire's decision.
All right, taken out of the middle there by the Whitehorse Pioneers. A long kick inside 50. Can they get someone on the end of it? Bouncing around over there. It's probably going to go through for a point. It's been scrambled through, and I'll be happy to see that through the Coldstream side. So we have an 18-point game. It's 3 straight kicks. 12-9-81 plays 9-9-63 on the Bendigo back and scoreboard, and it's, well, you still wouldn't call it. Maybe the Whitehorse Pioneers by just in terms of who's going to win this game. Now, what can they do, Coldstream? They need to get it out of here. They can't afford to concede another one. Dangerous kick down the middle of the ground. Hockey goes up and he's taken the mark. That was not a good kick, and it's put real pressure on them now. It's been handed off to Connell. Connell squares it.
Still on the cricket pitch.
Slipping on the cricket pitch there, but he's okay. It was Webb who came into the side late. One of the emergencies named. Gets the kick forward. Can he find someone? It's not really a great kick. It's been nicely cut off back there, and Coldstream will launch from the back. They kick out towards the half-back flank. Good mark out there. I think it was Coldstream, is it? Long kick down the line. Up they go. Losing sight of the ball there was Carrigan as he tried to get hands on it. And here come the Whitehorse side again as they rebound into the hands of Craig, who's wrapped up on the ground. And the umpire says, we'll just have a ball up. Nothing untoward there.
Just decision-making really letting Coldstream down at the moment. They're kicking long from defence, which is getting turned over every time. And they're just not hitting targets up in this forward 50.
So now Coldstream over the football in the hands of Madjock. Umpire's going to ball it up. He's been lively today for the Cougars. There's Charles Madjock. So we'll ball it up 50 metres out from the Coldstream goal. Odermatt and Pignataro at home for the Cougars. Taps one down now. Chasing the footy is McInerney. Charles of the Madjock variety keeps it alive to LaRusso. LaRusso goes to the top of the goal square, and it goes all the way through the big sticks. What a cracking goal from Anthony LaRusso. He has been lively today. Great work, great pressure there from Madjock Chol. And I tell you what, guys, that has to be the #1 contender for the Bribro goal today.
Great shift by Lee Odermatt, wasn't it, Ray?
The strength of Odermatt in the goal square to shepherd that ball through, and it was a great kick by LaRusso, no doubt.
Just a really good team bit of play there with Madjock setting that up, and LaRusso with a really good finish.
They just won't go away, will they?
No, they're annoying, aren't they?
Yeah.
Brett Beston, we have a ball game on our hands.
We certainly do, like one of those annoying flies in summer, just keeps buzzing around your head. You can't get rid of them as Whitehorse take the ball out of the middle. 2 straight kicks in it. The next goal is absolutely vital as the ball goes down. It's taken there by McDougall. He had it for a moment, but he lost it. And what's the umpire paid here? Free kick.
Advantage.
Taken quickly by Price. Now they've got a bit of run on here, the Coldstream side, bobbling around a little bit untidy in the hands of Fritz for a moment. But Whitehorse have turned it over. And the ball goes forward, but it's all bodies come together there. Massive collision. And Whitehorse again looking to rebound, but it's just all over the place at the moment. In the hands of Craig. He's been really one of Coldstream's best, Lockie Craig. Over the top, it's McDougall, Christopher McDougall, put on the ground by Madjock. Good tackle from him. He's gone out of the game a bit in this quarter, Madjock, but he's still had a very good day. And but how's your father on the ground there too?
And he looks sore here, Madjock. Got stepped on his ankle. Nonetheless, still has the lead of a pole vaulter. The ball goes long down the line. Contesting the ball is Kerr. Charles Thorne dispossessed. Coming out wide is Price. Diving on the footy there was good work there from Ricardo, the Damien variety.
Really good attack on the ball by Cecilia there. Probably LaRusso a little bit unlucky not to get a free kick for in the back just then.
Yeah, I think the umpire was on the wrong side, although there's 2 other umpires there.
He's holding the ball.
Close won the tap. Fighting for possession here on the both sides. Kick forward to the top of the goal square from Craig. Can Odermatt keep it alive? He doesn't. It falls through his hands like a...
I feel like he spent it before he had it then.
I reckon he was thinking about dodging and diving between his opposition players, but nonetheless, of a ball up deep in the Coldstream pocket. We've played 17 minutes here on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. Coldstream need the next goal. Ball's in the hands now. Picardo. Big strong tackle applied on him by Lockie Craig. We'll ball it up 15 metres out, slight angle.
He's one tough customer, Lockie Craig.
That he is.
Ball up in the middle, 2-goal game of Coldstream. Get the next goal. We're going to start thinking about extra time, but it's Whitehorse who bring the ball away at the moment off half back. Paddled forward there. Good work by McDougall. It's Michael McDougall, but he can't keep it in.
Dickinson was good there just to give him a little bit of a nudge to keep the ball alive.
And so 2 straight kicks. If you've just joined us, 12-9-81 plays 10-9-69. Winner goes on. The loser is out as the tap goes from Clayton. Knocked down for Coldstream in there looking for it. And it's fallen for them too. And the kick from Coldstream, but he's off target. He's off target.
Valuable point.
So
valuable point.
That might take the draw out of play.
Bet you could do it there, BWS.
It's only worth one though, Ben.
Still plenty of time though.
Yeah, there certainly is. We've only played 18 minutes here on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard and we have 11-point margin. Plenty of Pioneers flying for this one. Good spoil from Verstegen. Goes towards the boundary line. I feel like Coldstream have the momentum here. They've just got to capitalise, Alana.
Yeah, definitely. Just
definitely.
Oh, definitely. I can't
they have the momentum. That is
it's such a good
true.
game. Alana's speechless.
So ball's in the hands now of LaRusso. Great strong tackle on Charlie Thorne. Hands is possessed by Cecilia. Now the Pioneers can link up now. Farley goes long. Padbury, handballs, Tippett. This will be a shocking one if they can get it. And the ball's in the hands now of Noah Khan. And he's marked, I think, 50 metres out slide angle. Terrible defence from Coldstream. All attack, no defence. Handball. Great hands from Padbury to his teammate there. Tippett, and Tippett just hits up Noah Khan. Silver platter and says, here, mate, go back and kick this.
Really smart kick too by Tippett, because he would have been justified to have gone and tried to have a shot at that goal, but saw his teammate there in Khan and went, you know what, he's probably in a better position than I am to kick
Prediction,
this.
Alana?
I think he's going to kick it.
Noah Khan comes in and he's got it. Noah Khan puts the one through the big sticks and he's first on the board. The Bendigo Bank scoreboard says the Whitehorse Pioneers 13-9-87. Coldstream 10-10-70.
It's certainly going to be hard now for Coldstream to get back into this game. It's just that the Pioneers, they just got too much run.
They really had to. Sorry, they needed to get the next goal, didn't they? The Coldstream
side.
They
had to. Yeah,
They certainly did.
I reckon 2 quick ones and they'd still be alive here.
The brothers have been very influential, both brothers, the Batakos and the McDougals, for Whitehorse in this last quarter.
It's like
lots of
family
run.
reunion.
Oh, they've done well.
So back into the middle, Duclos gets the tap. Whitehorse Pioneers can just about start celebrating. I think the champagne will be coming off ice, but we perhaps not going to call it just too yet. But now it's there for the Pioneers as they shift it forward again. This will be it. Khan, he's missed. Noah Khan, great opportunity for his second goal in 60 seconds, but he missed it.
Noah can't.
But it's a valuable point because it's taken the margin out to, is that 19 points now? Well, it's taken it out to 3 goals anyway, so Coldstream with a mountain to climb. It is a valuable point.
Great work on the boundary there. BWS is a good strong mark taken there by Joel Dalglish. He's been one of the better players today for the Pioneers. Probably in the running for the Tobin Brothers Player of the Day or the Trojan Workhorse Award. Good strong mark taken. He's been awarded to, I think it's Mav Gleed at the bottom of that pack. It is Mav Gleed.
Yeah.
So Mav Gleed, wouldn't this be a captain's goal, Raymond, if you can kick this footy 45, 50 metres and put the icing on the Pioneers' cake?
Yeah, if it's not already sealed, this one will certainly seal it. But I think he'll struggle for distance.
So do I.
Look at Cardamone there with hands on knees. I think he knows it's gone.
So here is the captain, Maverick Gleed, to send the margin out to 24 points. Kick looks good off the boot. Top of the goal square. Flying. Here's Padbury. Padbury gives the handball to his teammate there. Batako. Batako kicks towards the goal and it's marked on the line. Good result there for the Cougars. That a point would have made it very hard for them. Still an 18-point margin. Ooh. Slipped over there. Was trying to do something fancy. It was McCarthy. Comes out wide now. Kick was poor. Batako. Handball over the back there from Thorne. Wrapping his head over the football was super work there from Beavis. And applying some great pressure was Jacob Daly for the Pioneers. So the ball up now. Half forward for the Pioneers. Going up in the battle. Tap was won down by Duclos. Clearance goes away the way of the Cougars. Brown sends it long. Fist come over the back there from Fritsch. Brown once again. LaRusso trying to get the football going. Cecilia, top of the goal square. Cardamone, handball's off to his teammate. Handball was poor. Running back with the flight is Coltrero. Coltrero centres the footy, trying to find Cardamone. Kick was poor and well intercepted by Connell. That's the game done and dusted, I reckon. I reckon Carter's probably could have had a shot there, Alana.
Yeah, he probably should have had a shot. Yep, agreed. Or at least dished off a better handball than that one.
Yeah. So Connell across half back to Farley. And looks like that's not a great kick by Farley, but it's turned out okay. No, it's out of bounds on the far side. But Whitehorse won't be worried because this is all taking up time and there's not a lot of time. It's not something that Coldstream have. 13:10:88 plays 10:10:70 on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, and we're up to nearly 23 minutes.
We've had half an hour terms this game, Brett.
We have indeed, but 3 goals in 7 minutes, well, it's not inconceivable. Ball knocked forward, but it's been cut off nicely by Odermatt, or sort of cut off. He knocked it down. Going in there trying to win it back. Beautifully worked there by Ryan.
That's holding the ball.
Great tackle, Coldstream.
Ball. He took them on and he got caught.
It was
Coldstream, super.
Good play by Ryan, but he ran into a brick wall.
Of course it was, Ben. You can't see over that rubbish bin there beside you.
So the ball back in, it's on the ground, and getting there, a nice work by Brown as he gets in there, but he's pretty much on his own. He's got about a 3-on-1, and there wasn't much chance of him getting that out of there. And the umpire says we'll ball it up. 23.5 minutes played. Derek Shaw's men just about home as it goes up again. The knockdown there from Clayton into the contest again. And they'll be happy to do this for the next 5 minutes or so, the Whitehorse Pioneers. And they won't be worried at all.
Wouldn't be surprised if they throw a number behind the footy here, Brett.
Absolutely. Here's the ball up. I think it was Duclos that got the tap down, and they're looking for it was Ryan. And once again, I've got another stoppage.
Coldstream have got a loose backman, I think, in Price, and I'm just wondering whether that's probably... They're not trying to, they're not trying to save the game. They're trying to win the game.
That's right,
so maybe just get a man on man, and hopefully you can just break free and get a goal.
Yeah, but pointless putting a spare back at this stage when you're trailing by 3 goals with
all-out attack is what they need.
I'd say they've the Pioneers have thrown a number around the footy, so both teams have a number behind the ball now. Tap one down by Pignataro, snapped across the body. Cardamone, this will be a captain's coach's goal, and he's got it. Cardamone's kicked the goal. Coldstream go out to 77, Pioneers 88, 25 minutes played here at Mitcham. It's not all over now. Cardamone showing what he can do in his elderly years, I guess you could say, his football career, and he snapped it across the body. He's been around the AFL for a long time. Mickey Cardamone is a super player and a super coach of this footy club. He's taken him from bottom of the ladder 2 years ago to a finals campaign. The clock will have stopped now, Brett Beston, but we played 25 minutes. We've got a 12-point ball game, Alana.
We certainly do, and I don't know whether he'd like being referred to in his elder years, but...
If we could just hold the game up so someone goes and gets a wheelchair and a walking stick for Michael Cardamone, please.
Well, he'll like me when I spend a lot of money with my business with him, so he'll like that very much.
He certainly
Nonetheless, the football comes out with Patako. Ball's in the hands now of Patako, his brother. Short kick. Good strong mark, Noah Khan. Swings around the right boot. Can he find a teammate? Padbury's there, intercepted. Coulson at the numbers, running forward there was Dickinson and Wagner. Wagner goes long. Where's Odermatt? Out the back, he had the sit. Didn't quite get it. Slipped over his numbers for Coldstream. Otis is trying to get there at the back. And so is Cardamone. They can't quite get a result here. Ball up. I'm tipping extra time here, ladies and gentlemen. I reckon it's coming. So the Razor says no. Over to you, Brett.
The umpire to ball it up. They need to get a goal from the stoppage. You'd think if they're going to have a chance. Well, that might be a free kick. Play it through. Was it Cardamone? Yes, it was.
He's appealing for it.
Oh, he's unhappy. Might have been a bit of staging there, I think, from the old fella.
Very unlike Cardamone.
Up it goes, and therefore it was Clayton. Knocked down. Can they get it free? They desperately have to score here, the Coldstream side. And it's on the ground, and Whitehorse will just be happy to wrap it up, and diving in over the top was Connell, really happy just to tie it up in there. We've had 26.5 minutes in this final term, so goodness knows, probably only 2 minutes, maybe max. Maybe a little bit more. And it goes, the tap comes out. Chasing over there was Brown. Can he keep it in? No, he can't.
They've got to score from this stoppage. They actually have to convert and score from this stoppage.
They have to score a goal too.
Maybe a 7-point play to be handy.
A goal. I was referring to a goal, sorry. I should have explained myself a bit better, but you're right, Ray.
So the throw in, extra time would be interesting because it's getting pretty dark out here as the ball is in the hands of Whitehorse, and they'll just be happy to take it to ground.
And Jen's played holding the ball.
They were. Perhaps a bit liberal, didn't look to be too much in that. But the umpire says no, it's holding the ball, and the Coldstream players understandably pretty disappointed. Brown gets up. The Whitehorse Pioneers players disappointed. So Brown gets up. This really is the last throw of the dice. They have to score from this entry. Brown thumps it long. Not a great kick though into the pocket, and it's easily spoiled and out of bounds.
I feel like he would have been better off going to the top of the square rather than trying to do that one in the pocket.
I think he was a bit far out. He went for distance and, of course, he hooked it.
He was a bit knackered, Aaron Brown. He's been super in the midfield today. Unless ball comes back into play, tap out the back. Plenty of Pioneers jumpers there. Cardamone tackles. Dalgleish will ball it up.
That was a really good tap. It's just a shame that no one was there for Coldstream to rove it.
It was a super tap from Clayton. Tap one down there by Duclos. Brown. Clayton. Head over the footy. It was LaRusso. So is Carrington. Cardamone's there and a good tackle applied there by Sean McCartney, referred to as the Conor McGregor lookalike by Brett Beston.
So ball up, getting there and getting the tap over the top was Clayton. Knocks it straight back into all the congestion, but it's taken away nicely by Whitewell, only for a time by Whitehorse, and in there fighting hard was Connell. And that's it! That is it! It's all over. And the Whitehorse Pioneers live to fight another day. Disappointment for Coldstream. They've been gallant this afternoon. It wasn't a great game in the first couple of quarters. It was hard, it was contested, but not pretty. But in the end, it has been the Whitehorse Pioneers that have got the chocolates this afternoon. 13-10-88 over 11-10-76, the Coldstream side. And they will now go on to play Forest Hill next week, Alana. And your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, look, you pretty much surmised it perfectly. It was a fairly dour, contested affair in the first half, and then it did open up and become a little bit more free-flowing in that second half, and that's, ultimately would have been what Whitehorse wanted and was able to get on the scoreboard. And Padbury, who did have a bit of an off first half, he was able to get on the end of quite a few goals in that second half. So 4 goals in the second half. It's reward for him, but it's also a reward for those midfielders that were working really hard to get that delivery into him, and he was able to convert. And it was a really good performance from Whitehorse to sustain that pressure and then to counter attack and get the winning score.
Well, I hate to point out the obvious peoples, but I was the only one that picked Whitehorse. But
back it up, Brett.
I got some serious stick, but it was a good game. I mean, it was one of those games that ebbed and flowed. Whitehorse a couple of times, you thought they'd knocked the game away, but Coldstream just kept coming back, Ray. And in the end, just a great game of footy in that second half. Just desperate on-the-line stuff.
Yeah, look, the first half, as I said, that was a game of stoppages. But the second half, the game opened up. But both sides had their chances. But look, at the end of the day, when all the dust is settled, Coldstream will look back on this and they'll say, the game was lost in the first quarter. They didn't score a goal. And they had opportunities to score in that first quarter. They've only gone down by 2 goals in the end. They've been very gallant in the way they've come back. But I just felt that every time that they came back, the Pioneers had the ability just to kick the next goal.
Just an update for you in the Heathmont Scoresby game. The Jets by 13 points, 12 minutes into the last term. I don't know any further information. If you do have any information on the Heathmont Scoresby game with Central Reserve, please tweet us at FootyEFL or at G_McLeod if Dan Sentik's having a snooze or something like that and can't retweet the scores. But just repeating the final score here at Mitcham, it is the Whitehorse Pioneers will be advancing 13-10-88, defeating Coldstream 11-10-76. Kudos to Coldstream. They fought hard all day and they've come a long way. I think the fans will be very excited with the prospect that they've had this season, coming from last top towards the top. But let's cross boundary side to Ben Warren-Smith with the victorious senior coach Derek Shaw.
Derek, what a fantastic performance by you boys there now, mate. You must be very proud. That last quarter performance, Coldstream came at you guys, but you just had it all.
Yeah, look, I never doubt Coldstream. They're a very good side. They're hard at it all day. They've got some good runners, some outside runners and good forwards. Credit to our blokes, we just worked hard. We moved the ball forward and we spread well. And, we probably could have kicked a couple more there at the end, but probably wasted a few. But, yeah, good to get over the line this week.
Great resilience by you guys. I'm not going to hold you up, mate. You get in there and sing that song and enjoy it.
Oh, I think I know the words by now, so it's been good.
Great stuff.
BWS, you follow me there. We want to hear that song belted out as well for all our listeners. Just repeating the final score here at Mitcham. It has been the Whitehorse Pioneers 13-10-88, defeating Coldstream 11-10-76. Like I was saying before, kudos to Michael Cardamone and Coldstream. They've taken them a long way, their first finals campaign in a long time. But let's head down very quickly towards Ben Warren-Smith as he gets ready to hear the Whitehorse Pioneers belt out their song, their first finals campaign in Division 4 for a long time since the drop from Division 3. Let's cross down to BWS with the Pioneers song.
And it's just coming up very shortly, just making our way into the rooms at the moment, guys. So,
do you want to lead us off, BWS?
It's a very, very happy crew down here. Let's hope we can get it.
Guys, a very happy Whitehorse Pioneers team. What a very good song that one is. A reminiscence of maybe 3 or 4 songs, Raymond.
Yeah, it certainly was, Gus. It was a string of melodies. That's what it was.
A medley. A medley, yeah, that's the word, yeah.
As we are, we'll turn our attention now to the awards we will be giving out. Brett Best, and I think it's quite unanimous that we give our goal of the day to, his name actually slips my mind, but it was a cracking goal. I think it might have been... Actually, no, it was one that deep down in the pocket there, whose name's actually slipped me. I think it might have been Anthony LaRusso. Yeah, I think it's quite unanimous that we give the goal a day to LaRusso. BWS, if you can hear us, if you disrepute, please sing out. But for us, we'll go Anthony LaRusso. Yeah, well, we did. If it doesn't, Anthony LaRusso will be very happy with a massage, and that'll help him prepare for season 2017. The Trojan Workhorse, I keep saying that wrong, Workhorse Award. The Trojan Workhorse Award. Now, there's plenty of numbers that could get this one today, Brett Beston, but what about you? Who do you think was started out as a workhorse today?
Look, there was quite a few guys. I actually quite like the game of, we don't even give awards to the people on the losing side, but I quite like Lockie Craig's game for Coldstream. I thought he was really good down back, so I could put in an honourable mention for him, but there was a whole raft of players, so I'm interested to hear your guys' thoughts as well.
Yeah, I thought Aaron Brown was quite super in the midfield today for the Pioneers, but I also really liked the game of Adam Dale down back for Coldstream. But for me, it's hard to go past a couple other players. I thought you close was super.
But have played extra time in a grand final. Okay, they didn't win it, so he knows what it's all about to win finals football here at Walker Park. And I'm going for Coldstream. Yeah, well, I'm going down a different way. I give the workhorse to a player I like who gets in and under and gets the ball out more so than a guy who takes 6 or 8 marks and doesn't get into the best 3 player. And there's one player that stood out to me. He was in the losing side, but doesn't carry it. I just thought his 4 quarters, he was like a
25-metre penalty break.
He was in and out under. Look, he did everything. No, he hung onto the ball too long. Daniel Price, that Matthew variety. A vote goes to Darcy.
Put the first on the board. Kicks a mongrel off the boot, but the goal umpire has to work. But it goes through the big sticks. The Whitehorse Pioneers kick the first goal on the board. The Whitehorse
I actually am going to go with the ruckman from Coldstream.
On the footy there was Price. Yeah, Magic was snapped across the body. This kick looks very good, and it's gone all the way. What a cracking goal that one was. I think it's Tippett. No, he doesn't. So I think we're going to have to go from Thorn. We can do better Pioneers. Workhorse Award to the likes of McDougall. Goes backwards to go forwards, and a good strong mark taken there. I think the ball's in the hands of...
The game closed up and played on
well, that gives us 5 options. The third on the board for the Pioneers. It looks very good off the boot. Cameraman in the cracking goals there. Lee Green. Lee, we're just going to ask you off air, who was your workhorse award today? Maybe throw in a 6th player for us to pick from. Coldstream towards centre. He reckons Madjock. So I think it's unanimous. We're going to have to go with Charles Madjock for the workhorse award.
That was a very, very
you'll be receiving a $150 toolkit, all the bits and pieces you need on the board for the Cougar house if you want to build a house. Kick looks good on the boot. But let's go to the Tobin Brothers play today. Starting Darcy Fridge, Ray Bear. Give us your first on the board for the best players on the bench.
I tell you what, 2 sides that haven't played finals football in Division 4. I'm very disappointed with the number of people I need today.
The one vote I gave to the
goal goes through the big sticks. Way to cut it off,
Carrigan. I just thought that he was one Coldstream player that
taking it away there is Dalglish. Dalglish has put it through. Just a bad mistake there. Coldstream caught in possession, and Dalglish, as quick as a flash, he was onto that one and ran into the open goal and put it through. And
towards his direction, meantime, just forward, just short, going across the back of the pack, snapped on the right foot, goes bang through the big sticks. I think it's Darcy Carrigan who got that one.
Sean McCarthy. I just thought that his run, outside run on the half forward line, and he marked the ball and he kicked it
to his teammate in Price. Price goes long. Matt takes a big strong mark. Preparing a few
I'll back him into kick this.
For us down there. Great goal from 40 metres out, slide angle. Gets your best kicks come off the left boot. He likes it, and Matt puts a big one through the big stick, and we'll go into half time at 4-4 apiece. Big
if he didn't kick those goals, then Whitehorse would not be progressing through to the preliminary final next week. I like the way he attacked the ball. I like the confidence with his goal kicking.
I think Odomat's kicked this one. He has.
I gave 2 votes to McDougall. Michael McDougall, number 6. I just thought that his run and dash and really hard work and run through the midfield throughout the 4 quarters was very, very good, and also he was very skillful. And I gave 3 votes to Carrigan, actually. So I just thought that Darcy Carrigan was the best player on the field, and he in and under. I really like those kind of players that go in and get contested ball, but then also have skills when they're able to get it on the open side. And I felt that he had that today.
We'll continue the votes afterwards, but nonetheless, let's cross down boundary side to Ben Warren-Smith with a very happy player from the Whitehorse Pioneers.
And he is a very happy man as well. A little bit reluctant to come on, but Joel Dalglish,
Charlie Thorne, what we should have done. Charlie Thorne has a shot for goal. This will be another great goal for the Pioneers, and it is. Charlie Thorne intercepted the kick out, and this goes bang straight over the goal. Odomat dispossessed, running through the back there. He goes long towards the boundary line.
It's been a long 6 years.
Dalglish, and a big hip and shoulder. I think the umpire will bring it back. Darren Ryan.
You guys, you came into this game this week. It's been a great season for the guys as well, but a little bit patchy maybe over the last 6 or 7 weeks. Win-loss type of situation, but you guys really look focused today. How was it on the track this week, and what was Derek's message to you guys?
That's right. We started
can he find a target? Going in there was Padbury, and he's got it. Andrew Padbury finally gets onto one.
Lost to these boys 2 weeks ago.
Padbury, it's not an easy kick. He's got a fair bit of angle to work with. Gets a bit of a raspberry from the crowd as he kicks it, and he's got it. Andrew Padbury finally gets onto it. That's his second for the day.
Crew upstairs in the grandstand.
And that is
Joel Gus McLeod here, mate. I've been down at the club across the past few seasons, in particular last year, involved in the 19 program. It's a very warm and family environment down at Whitehorse Pioneers. It must mean so much to the people
to the game, boys and girls,
in the crowd lining up. Joe Mano and so forth.
It's a big kick as he comes in. He's hit it on the right boot.
Yeah, it does. It's a really family.
I think he's got it. He has. Mitch Ward.
Pretty sure about
it's a good kick, so that's his first of the day.
Started from the juniors and worked our way up through the program. Now,
I don't know why
playing seniors, so it's very family-oriented club. And Joe Mano, he's been the president.
On that, he has Alana goes straight over the goal umpire's head. Darcy Harrigan goes bang.
He's had a bit of trouble lately, but I'm sure he'll be very happy with the win.
Joel has Brits an opportunity now. It's Dalglish. A really torrid affair in the Dalglish with a short kick, and that's just too easy for the Pioneers. Brett Farley was just standing, going back there on the ground. You've got your run going. It's obviously the thing that really gets you guys says no, obviously off. Is Padbury, I think, comes to snap away, but he's got it. He's got it. He has got it. Andrew Padbury just joining on the spot. The ball just
we might have just lost you there, Besto. Do you want to go again?
He's got athleticism, but a good mark.
I was just saying he couldn't really get your run going.
Webb comes in down and finds his teammate there in hockey.
Very contested, but you've got Tim going in that
absolutely monstrous.
Nonetheless,
here's Marcus Tippett for the Pioneers. Comes in, makes the goal umpire work for it, but it got in. Jeez, Alana, I reckon you almost did it, and that would have been an answer.
Taking it on the left foot, he switches play, kicks in the middle of the ground. It's a spear, here's an opportunity.
Last quarter.
He's got it, he's put it through.
First 2 goals, which is really good.
That is a contender for the side forward 50.
Joel Alani, congratulations on the win today. First half, you got a couple of goals, which you would have been really happy with. But in that second half, you would have been really happy to see your full forward Padbury also contributing on the scoreboard. He was well held in the first half. How did you guys go into half time? What did you talk about? How did you change things up?
He's got it. Andrew Padbury puts his third on the board for the Pioneers and sends the margin back out to a 4-goal buffer on the Bendigo.
He had an opportunity.
Yeah, but good tackle in there.
Gave him a bit of advice at half-time.
Huge tackle over there, and that might be holding the ball, and the umpire's
great advice, Joel.
Sensational. He was in that
right
original
here, Joel.
contest.
Congratulations. We've just been giving our votes out here, mate. And as far as I was concerned, you were the best player on the ground. As you said, 2 goals in the first half, but it was the meterage you covered across that
free kick is going the way of Johnny Pickett
in that second half. You kept your opponent running, and is this the first final you've played in?
Yeah, it is back to a 3-point ball game, and he's got it. He's got it. The Whitehorse Pioneers, 12-8-80, playing Coldstream.
Did you notice the tempo had gone up a little bit?
The Magic variety keeps it alive to LaRusso. LaRusso goes to top of the goal square, and it goes all the way through the big sticks. What a cracking goal from Anthony LaRusso.
And Joel, just the last one from me, mate. Derek Shaw. How do you get more than 2 words out of him, mate? Because I was watching him on the boundary line. He does not get excited.
And the ball's in the hands now of Noah Khan, and he's marked. I think 50
there in Khan went, you know what?
Very cool, calm and collective, yeah?
Very cool, calm and collective,
I think he's going to.
Noah Khan comes in, and he's got it. Noah Khan puts the one through the big sticks. Joining us here. Congratulations. Good luck with your date next week against Tap one down by Pignataro. Snapped across the body. Cartamone, this will be a captain's coach's goal, and he's got it. Cartamone kicked the goal. Coldstream go out to 77, Pioneers 88, 25 minutes played here at Mitchell. It's not all over now, Cartamone. Showing what he can. Elderly years, like an update football career, and he snapped it across the body. He's been around the AFL for a long time. Cartamone is a super player and a super coach. He wants 8-17-65 to the ladder 2 years ago to a 4-12-36. I've got a feeling the clock will have stopped now for absolutely played 25 minutes. We've got a 12-point ball game.
All right, well, we certainly do, and I don't know whether he'd like being referred to in his elder years, but his contribution to the game up, so someone goes and gets a wheelchair and a walking stick. Fantastic. Michael Carden was quite last week.
He'll like me when I spend a lot of money with my business with him, so he'll like that very much. Nonetheless, the football comes out with Patako. Ball's in the hands now of Patako, his brother. Short kick. Good strong mark, Noah Khan.
Later on, we'll go
swings around the right boot. In the meantime, I gave one vote to Aaron Brown. Coldstream at the Noah's running forward there with Dickinson and Wagner. Wagner goes long. Where's Odermatt? Out the back, he had the sit. Didn't quite get it. Slipped over his numbers for Coldstream. Otis is trying to get there at the back.
I go best on ground to the big ruckman James.
Can't quite get a result here. Ball up.
Tremendous in the
I'm tipping extra time.
So he gets my 3 votes today. As we get ready to
says no, over to you, Brett.
Smith was another very happy Whitehorse Pioneer.
Well, I've got a very, very happy Whitehorse Pioneer. Senior captain of the Pioneers, Matt Bleed.
Oh, he's unhappy.
You can't wipe the smile off your face. Have a look at you. You're absolutely beaming at the moment. What a day it is for the football club. As I was just saying to Joel before, Dalgleish, it's a long time coming for a finals victory for Whitehorse Pioneers, and it's just so great to see the supporters out here today and the happiness that's in the rooms at the moment.
Was Connell really happy just to tie it up in there. We've had 26 and a half minutes in this final term, so goodness knows, probably only 2 minutes maybe max. Maybe a little bit more, and it goes, the tap comes out, chasing over there was Brown, can he keep it in? No, he can't.
They've got to score from this stoppage, they actually have to convert and score from this stoppage.
Good to see you're having a tinny as well, mate, which is always good to see. Did you guys come out really confident today? Was that the feeling on the track this week, that you were going to come out and play your brand of footy, because you really seemed like you owned the game today, and you had Coldstream chasing you for most of the afternoon?
You were.
Yeah, we had a couple of plans in place.
Perhaps a bit liberal, didn't look to be too much in that. The umpire says no, it's holding the ball, and the Coldstream players understandably pretty disappointed. Brown gets up. Sorry, the Whitehorse Pioneers players disappointed, so Brown gets up. Yeah, this really is the last throw of the dice. They have to score from this entry. Brown thumps it long. Great kick now into the pocket, and it's easily spoiled and out of bounds.
I feel like he would have been better off going to the top of the square rather than trying to do that one in the pocket.
I think he was a bit far out. He went for distance, and he hooked it.
He was a bit knackered, Aaron Brown. He's been super
back at the footy club tonight for a few quiet ones, as you told the boys tonight. Everyone's a bit excited, but you're allowed a few quiet ones, but straight back on the job next week.
We'll ball it up.
That was a really good tap. It's just a shame that no one was there for Coldstream to roam it.
It was a super tap from Clayton.
The contest with Forrest.
Tap one down there by Duclos. Brown. Clayton. Head over the footy was LaRusso, so is Carrington. Cardamone's there and a good tackle applied there by Sean McCartney.
Or yours, Gus.
Yeah, Mav, it's Gus McLeod up here, mate. Super impressed with the way you boys played today. But I want to highlight a player who I didn't think was probably not amongst your best three players, but he's taken away nicely around the ground. He did so much. You got well rewarded with that goal in the second term.
And that's it. That is it. It's all over. And the Whitehorse Pioneers live to fight another day. Disappointment for Coldstream. They've been gallant this afternoon. It wasn't a great game in the first couple of quarters. It was hard, it was contested, but not pretty. But in the end, it has been the Whitehorse Pioneers that have got the chocolates this afternoon. 13-10-88 over 11-10-76 the
get amongst the
Coldstream side. And they will now go on to play Forest Hill next week, Alana. And your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, look, you pretty much surmised it perfectly. It was a fairly dour, contested affair in the first half, and then it did open up and become a little bit more free-flowing in that second half, and that's, you know, ultimately would have been what Whitehorse wanted and was able to get on the scoreboard. And Padbury, who did have a bit of an off first half, he was able to get on the end of quite a few goals in that second half. So 4 goals in the second half. You know, it's just it's reward for him, but it's also reward for those midfielders that were working really hard to get that delivery into him, and he was able to convert. And
Mev, it's Brett Beston.
It was a really good performance from Whitehorse to sustain that pressure and then to counter-attack.
And what did Derek say to you during the week? Well, I hate to point out the obvious peoples, but I was the only one that picked Whitehorse.
Back it up, Brett.
I got some serious stick, but it was a good game. I mean, it was one of those games that ebbed and flowed. Whitehorse a couple of times, you thought they'd knock the game away, but Coldstream just kept coming back, Ray, and in the end, just a great game of footy in that second half. Just desperate on the line stuff.
Yeah, look, the first half, as I said, that was a game of stoppages, but the second half, the game opened up. But both sides had their chances. But look, at the end of the day, when all the dust is settled, Coldstream will look back on this and they'll say the game was lost in the first quarter. They didn't score a goal, and they had an opportunity to score in that first quarter. They've only gone down by 2 goals in the end. You know, they've been very gallant in the way they've come back. But I just felt that every time that they came back, the Pioneers had the ability just to kick the next goal.
Just an update for you in the Heathmont Scoresby game. The Jets by 13 points, 12 minutes into the last term. I don't know any further information. If you do have any information on the Heathmont Scoresby game with Central Reserve, please tweet us at FootyEFL or at G_McLeod if Dan Sentik's having a snooze or something like that and can't retweet the scores. But just repeating the final score here at Mitcham, it is the Whitehorse Pioneers will be advancing 13-10-88, defeating Coldstream 11-10-76. Kudos to Coldstream. They fought hard all day and they've come a long way. The fans will be very excited with the prospect that they've had.
It's Ray here, man. Look, congratulations. Good. How good is it to captain a side like this? I mean, I've seen a lot of finals football played here at Walker Park.
Derek, what a fantastic performance by you boys there now, mate. You must be very proud. That last quarter performance, Coldstream came at you guys, but you just had it all.
Yeah, look, I never doubt Coldstream. A very good side. They're hard at it all day. They've got some good runners, some outside runners, and good forwards. Credit to our blokes. You know, we just worked hard. We moved the ball forward and we spread well. And you know, we probably could have kicked a couple more there at the end, but probably wasted a few. But yeah, good to get over the line this week.
Great resilience by you guys. I'm not going to hold you up, mate. You get in there and sing that song and enjoy it.
Date with Forest Hill.
I think I know the words by now, so it's been good.
Great stuff. BWS, you following in. We want to hear that song belted out as well. Best of luck for all our next week against Forest Hill. Keeping an eye here at Mitcham. It has been the Whitehorse Pioneers 13-10-88 defeating Coldstream. I love Mav. He always throws his teammates under the bus. Great, that sort of stuff. He's a great leader as well. So Mav Glee joining us here on the program. I'm going to go through my 3, 2 and 1. I gave. Actually, I've already done that. So at the moment, the leaderboard sits with Drew Close. There's my maths, Brett Best, and he's on 10 votes so far, followed by Dalgleish. He's on 6. Carrigan's on 4. Since the drop from Daddy Years, my maths is absolutely terrible. I can't read my own writing. Dalgleish is on 8. Padbury's on 2. I am Brett Best, and I am McDougall of the Matthew variety. He's on 4.
It's a very, very happy crew down here. Let's hope we can get it.
We're done? We're done. So the player of the game goes to the big ruckman, James Drew Close. Ben, maybe if we'll have a chat to him later on in the season, giving his $50 Tobin Brothers Player of the Day award, $50 Coles Myer voucher going your way, James Drew Close. absolutely
Didn't even throw in the Tobin Brothers sponsor there, Gus. It's very unlike you.
I just did a Tobin Brothers celebrating lives player of the day going to James Duclos, $50 Coles Myer voucher. I believe we are going off air at 5 o'clock, if that serves me correctly. So we'll start wrapping up today. Now, let's start with you, Ben Warren-Smith. You did an absolutely stellar job on the boundary line today. Bit more, I could say, uncomfortable for you on the boundary line as opposed to your warm surrounds in the commentary box, but did a crazy job.
No, I love getting down and getting a little bit of dirt under my shoes. I start a new job tomorrow at Priceline, and these are the shoes I'm going to wear. These guys are very work on the mud situation.
Nugget on the way.
Just very quickly, like, do you know how good it was to be down in those Whitehorse Pioneers rooms, a club that has struggled for a long time to get that final spin, and to see a player like Matt Gleed, who's been in the club for a very long time, absolutely brilliant. I couldn't be happier. I couldn't be happier on a Sunday afternoon today, man.
Good on you, Ben Warren-Smith. You've got James Bunn up for grabs, taking care of the role today. He plays on, wants to use his numbers and speed. Jane Bunn goes long down the boundary line. He hugs the boundary line. Congratulations to you on a stellar season so far. Well done today in your role line from Hugo. Let's go boundary side to Ben Warren-Smith.
This is starting benches, guys, for the Whitehorse Pioneers. Mitch Ward's on the bench along with Jacob Daly, Marcus Tippett, and also Damien Patako, who you've got listed as number 32. He's wearing number 39 today.
Just a preview to what's going to be happening over the next couple of weeks
line there as Brown gets tackled. Best starting gain some yardage. Commentary is the Coldstream Football Club. Putting his head over the footy there was Picciardo. Big strong tackle applied there on Matt Gleed, the Whitehorse Pioneers captain. And we'll go down to Ben Warren-Smith once again for the Coldstream.
Yeah, just the Coldstream bench there. Gus LaRusso's on the bench along with McCarthy, McInerney and Kerr as well, starting off on the Pioneers.
They work BWS. Ruckman do battle true centre wing position. Ball in the hands now on Tommy Furlongo. Thorne been on air since 12.
What are they going to let bombs off or something?
Thanks to Leroy Green, thanks to Bruce Prest, it's all over, baby.
McCormick on the left boot, tries to gain some yardage there. Kick couldn't quite hit Joel Dalglish from the boundary throw in. 15 metres out from the Pioneers goal, Raymond.
Yeah, look, it's a typical final start. Look, both sides are very nervous. You can see that. More so, I think, the Pioneers are nervous than what Coldstream are. But look, it'll settle down in a few minutes and one side will get a break.
So we're going to re-ball that boundary throw in, Brett.
So ball to